1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. Stepped into the scene in 2015, not knowing that we could make it, motivated with the dream. They try to throw us to the crumb side. We gamers over here, yeah. Steady on a mission, but with no competition. They say Kid Smoove is the best spot, representing the best box. Halo Gears, but that's so well, so much for taking them shots. Check Move got the platinums, dog. How many trophies you got? Blonde gon' find the answers, whether you like it or not. The gaming guard built the squad of strong-minded individuals. A diverse collection to deliver news that's monumental. Wanna be a guest, dog? You gotta make a decision. Jimmy, I have you in a state of decay walking in this division. It's a dark day in hell, yeah, before you see sunshine. If you can't hear me, player, go and press rewind. It's the season when I thirst, I drink wine. Best to get yours, money, cause I'ma get mine. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Catch you slipping, I promise I'll show you how I still feel. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Yo, this is the Weapon Will Podcast, featuring Black Bond, Kid Smoove, the best spot, Jimmy J Mega Games, Jack Move Johnny, and your host, Broken Games HDR.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if everything's coming through all right. No, let me know. Hey, I made that thumbnail to get all y'all freaks' attention. Know that would get y'all attention. Hey, hit the like button for that thumbnail. Hit the like button in appreciation for that. Let me know if y'all can hear my background as well. If y'all hear anything in the background, let me know. Shout out to me not even getting up to this part with this chick in the game. I don't even know who this chick is. I just heard about her through some freaks that was talking about her on in Kofi's Discord. They was lusting after a video game character. So I was like, we only gonna be talking about Cyberpunk. I might as well put her in the thumbnail. All y'all freaks. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk, and more Cyberpunk. So it's really one topic, and hopefully we get out of here a little bit early, because we only got one topic to talk about, even though within that topic there's a lot to talk about. So hopefully, Bond doesn't bog us down with a million stories, and we'll be able to clock out a little bit early, hopefully. So let me get this gameplay popping. This gameplay going. Second. All right, so yeah, we about 15 minutes early. Kicking it with the chat. How y'all doing? Hope y'all Sunday is going real nice. I beat Gears Hive Buster today. beat Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War yesterday. We doing our the last weapon wheel of the year. Next week is just gonna be us talking about the games we beat for the whole year, as we do, every year. So just gonna be listing out the games we beat, and it's crunch time now. It's literal crunch time. You gotta get all them last games you gonna beat. You gotta get them done this week to have them counted on your list. I got a decent list. I think last year, I think it was last year. Last year was a terrible year. Like I think I beat like maybe 10 or 11 games, which was terrible. Because there just wasn't a lot of games that I liked last year. Was it last year? I think it was either last year or the year before. I beat like maybe 11 games because everything that came out was mid to me, or kind of trash, right? And that was really low because there were years where I beat like 25 games. This year, I think I beat at least 22. I think so. At least 22. I haven't counted yet. I'm gonna have to check. Hive Busters is like 3 or 4 hours depending on what difficulty you play on. The one game, so the last two games that I want to beat. Where the heck is my phone, by the way? I don't got my phone with me. The last two games I want to beat before next week is I always forget the name of this game. But I'm like real excited to finally beat it because I've been waiting for like my 3090, which I have now. I was pretty much waiting for my 3090 to even really play the game. Ghost Runner, yeah. So Ghost Runner is probably like maybe 8 hours, I think, maybe a little bit less. But I know I could beat that before the week is up. And Watch Dogs Legion, that's the other game I want to beat. I don't know if I'll be able to beat it before next week, but that's another game I'm gonna beat before the year is up. And I think that's it. I think that's all I had on my list that I wanted to beat. Shout out to everybody in here. Hit the like button, like I said. Tweet it out that we're live. Share that Weapon Wheel is live. We appreciate y'all help. Making the podcast grow. It's been another productive year in podcasting. So with all these like new games that came out at the end of the year, I haven't done reviews on any of them, and I probably won't. Like Demon Souls, Spider-Man, like I said, Gears, which I just beat. All the game, I beat a whole bunch of games. Astrobot. I probably won't be doing reviews because here's what happened. So beat all these games, and I was like, I capture all my footage and everything like that. So when I capture footage of my games that I play, I export them to my external hard drive. I have a 16 terabyte hard drive because my recordings of games these things are huge. Like some of them might be like 55 gigs to 100 gigs, and I'm talking about like one file could be like 55 gigs, depending on how long I record, how long I play, right? So of course I can't keep that on my PC. I got to export that to an external hard drive. Like I said, I got a 16 gig. So tell me why the hard drive fails. Why am I forgetting everything? Me and my terrible memory. Not Western Digital. What's the other? Seagate. I had a Seagate 16 gig. It fails, right? Luckily, they have a rescue, what they call a rescue service. If your hard drive fails, which it's a hard drive, it's not an SSD, so they have like a 1 to 7% chance of failing. So if it fails, you just send it into them. They'll recover the data on it, and if they can fix your hard drive, they send it back to you. If they can't, they recover everything and they send you a brand new hard drive. So I was covered. So I sent it in. I'm still waiting for it to get back. But at this point, even when they do recover my stuff and send it back, I'm not trying to like bog myself down and like do like six reviews in games in a row. Like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to write 6 reviews for games that I didn't, that I didn't get to do. That's just too much. So I was like, let me just start again doing reviews next year, whatever ends up being the first game that I beat next year. So yeah, I won't be reviewing none of these games that I recently beat. All you need to know is if I beat them, that means I like them. If I beat them, that means it's good. Okay? That's all you need to know. So, yeah. Just know if I beat the game, that means it has my approval. What up, Mocha?
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Y'all hear Mocha? Say something again?
Something?
All right, you're good. I was just making sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if I beat a game, that means it for the most part has my stamp of approval. I've also I platinumed every game that I've bought on PlayStation 5 besides uh the rejected Sony mascot called Sackboy. Yeah, that guy. That's the only one I didn't platinum. But I do plan to play that game with my wife and probably end up platinuming it. Yeah. I beat the newly appreciated and platinum the newly appreciated PlayStation mascot, which is Astro Boy. That Sackboy reject, he gets bottom of the barrel type of treatment. I'll get to that later. I play a little bit of the game. It was just a platformer. That's all you could say about that game. It's a platformer. It's definitely not as fun or interesting as like Astrobot. Game is pretty mundane, pretty regular, I would have to say.
Yeah, y'all beat way more games than me. I know that already. So,
I've been noticing you got a little spending gold chain issue, little spending habit that you need to get under control.
but I don't though because I can spend as much as I want. I make my own money, so I can
Oh,
spend it how I want.
okay. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Thought you were a grown woman.
that's right.
Hey, I'm just saying. You listen. I'm just saying that regardless,
Uh,
we all can fall into this trap of just buying too much stuff. You ain't need that third monitor, but
I did
got
need a
it.
third monitor though, because the other two I had, the refresh rate maxed out at 60, and I
Oh,
wanted
that's
something
trash.
with
Yeah.
yeah, see, I wanted something with higher frames than that, so I needed it. Um,
Just don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't fall too far down the rabbit hole of buying a whole bunch of stuff.
I think I've run out
Uh,
of stuff to buy anyway. I pretty much have everything I want at this point. So, yeah.
did I try the Back for Blood alpha? No, I didn't. I signed up for it. I didn't get a code. Someone offered me a code, but I didn't take it because like I didn't want to waste. I didn't want to waste it because looking at that, I've watched other people's gameplay. There's some gameplay play of it in today's episode. Someone sent me some, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, this doesn't look that much fun to me. Like y'all know I'm not really into
Here we
the
go.
whole zombie shooting 4-player co-op thing. I was never into Left 4 Dead, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna like this game. It looks very Left 4 Dead-ish. I can't see any reason why I would like this and not like Left 4 Dead. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass.
I'm just wondering why people in the comments are saying that if you spend a lot, like you're broke. If I was broke, I wouldn't be able to spend a lot. Like, obviously, I have money, but okay.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
I guess they trying to use reverse psychology, like, oh, you spend a
I
lot,
don't
then
even know
you.
how that would work. You gotta
I
have
don't.
money to spend money.
Yeah,
So,
definitely
Either
don't.
that or extremely good credit.
That too. Be that.
I know people that their parents and stuff co-signed them for stuff when they were growing up. By the time they were 21, they had really good credit and they had hundreds of thousands in debt. Well, not hundreds, but you go.
Oh, there you go.
So, I enjoyed Gears Hive Buster, but the only thing about Gears is like even when I played Gears Tactics, it just it always makes me think back to Gears 5 and that dumb decision they made you make at the end of the game. I can't get over how dumb it was.
Can you just let that go until you see what they do with that?
No, listen. I will admit,
like you're complaining about a feature or a mechanic that they have made that they haven't even decided. You don't know what they're going to do with it. Like clearly they have some form of thought process behind it because there was 2 different endings. Like,
but I don't know if they're that forward thinking that they thought that through. I just don't know
like
if they thought that.
I feel like they are. I don't think they would have did something that drastic. I don't know how deep they're going to do it, but I have a feeling that that's going to matter.
Sounds like Atticus channeling his wait till E3. Don't like that.
I don't even like Gears like that. I don't even like Gears like that. But every time I be joining kids' party and they be playing that Gears 5 trash ass multiplayer, I just leave.
Hey, we ain't gonna slander Gears 5.
Yeah, we are.
Damn. About to.
I just don't see them, making good off of that. I'm like, okay, so what are they going to do? Ignore it that it happened
entirely? No, I don't think they'll ignore it. They'll either give you a canon ending or they'll have 2 different endings.
Okay, see that, but that pisses me off.
Of the game.
Okay, first of all, I don't have faith in them. That's mad extra work for you to create.
That's mad extra work, but is it really? It's just literally swapping certain things out of the game. Like, look how they did the ending of that. It was literally the same cutscenes, just different things, impacts. Like,
I just don't see them creating, a whole game based on the ending of one game. I
don't think it will be anything drastic. I think it will probably be like certain sections of the game will be different depending on.
Then that makes me feel like what you made me do in Gears 5 was weightless. Like if you choose a canon ending, why'd you make me choose an ending at all? Like that, the whole point of that was pointless. Then it adds nothing.
This just sounds like a Telltale game.
And we just have to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, we will. I just don't like. I just don't like when any studio does it. Don't make me choose an ending, and then when I get to your next game, you're like, oh, this is the canon ending. I'm like, no.
So pretty much you're saying is, you don't like the decision they made there. They better make it count.
It's not.
Yeah, like, okay. There's games with like multiple endings, right? But the multiple endings are usually not as drastic as, and I'm gonna say it, killing off a character. Like they'll be like oh, good ending, bad ending, neutral ending. At this point, but it doesn't affect the next game. You killing off a character affects the next game. Like
at this point, if anyone hasn't played Gears 5's campaign, they have no intentions on doing it.
Yeah, somebody
at this
dies.
point, yeah, definitely.
What up, Neil?
Yeah, it was good.
Chilling. Yeah, so
I'm only gonna be here for like 5 minutes. I just wanted to. I was bored.
He just wants to come through and slander that Gears 5. Okay, we see you, Addict.
You're the one. I didn't even bring up Gears 5. Someone else did.
I did. I had to state how displeased I was with that because I was enjoying that whole game up until that point. I was like, man, if y'all don't get out of here with this is so 2005 game development. Huh?
You think they should have just
absolutely
made the choice for you?
Stick with your convictions.
Because Gears, I think that the thing that you have the most gripe with is because like Gears isn't known for that anyway. So it's just like how you prove, like you can't realistically prove to me you even know how to do something like this. So it's like imagine you automatically have to have some
like doubt. Imagine in Gears 3 if Dom dying was only a decision. People that wouldn't have hurt people like that. They would be like, I'm just not gonna really believe that's the ending, and that added weight because he is permanently dead. That is
when you put a definitive cap on something and not a choose your own thing. Let's ignore it in the next one. It adds weight. Yeah.
So if you think that I know you was a huge fan of The Last of Us Part 2. if they would have gave an option at the end of that, would you have had a problem with that?
I would have.
Yeah, I probably would have. Like maybe to kill Abby or let her live.
Because I feel like just doing that would have calmed a lot of these people down. But then again, like you do something like that, obviously one's going to be canon. Like I don't know how they're going to do this, but obviously one of those would have been canon, and the other never happened.
See, the thing with The Last of Us, I don't think they're making a sequel, right? I don't believe they're making a sequel. So if they gave me a choice to kill Abby or not,
the story wouldn't have made sense though.
Yeah, with my belief that they're not making a third game, it wouldn't have mattered that much.
Well, if they would have to change everything that happened after that, though. I mean, if they change everything that happened after that, then yeah, it could make sense. But
that's what I meant. They would have had to change that.
Yeah, they would have
cutscene.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that was literally at the very end of the game too.
Yeah,
so.
I'm with BG on that. If it's not a sequel, I don't got an issue with that. But the fact, I think they are gonna make at least one more game. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The way they left it off, there's no way they can't do a third game. There's still a lot. Nothing you care about, Bond. Nothing you care about.
Sounds like a game about a guy with a bat. Like,
hit the range. Oh, I mean, it's golf, so you might like that, Bond.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Nice game of Tiger Woods.
They're gonna make a third game.
They're going to. There's too much unresolved stuff that happened at the end.
It's not even that. Like the game prints money. They'd be dumb not to make another game.
And here's the reason why they have to make the third game. Because even though I haven't played the second game and I read everything about it, there was nothing in the second game in regards to the virus and curing it.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
There was not.
That is true.
But do you guys think for the narrative purposes they would actually want to cap it off by finding a cure to the virus? Because I feel like the virus, that's just the backdrop of the story. It's not about really finding a cure. It's more about the characters.
Nobody's smart enough to cure this shit, or even know how to.
I don't even.
They had it.
Yeah,
I think
and Joel ruined everything.
I think the person that was smart enough to cure that was the conclusion of that. It's like this is the only person that is alive that could cure this disease, and Joe capped him. So
and I don't really care. Like I don't even care about a cure. You realize we don't know anything. Like the like outside of there's this virus that turns people into plant heads. We don't really know like the origins of it, like the background. Like I wanted to know more about that.
It'd be crazy if you find out that like the reason Ellie has a
an
immune to it is if she has like a sibling she's never met that was the like they tested on her on that sibling and their blood is immune now.
I don't know. I have a feeling they might.
Because when it comes to immunity like that, that could be one of the things. Is because something like because their blood was used for it.
If anything, I feel like they might try to explore that backstory and that. Oh, damn!
Who's that?
Who arguing? What's going on?
Of course, it's his wife's birthday. He said he wasn't coming.
No, get off the podcast.
They rewatching Power, so I'm waiting till the dinner and cake is done.
Oh shit! What episode?
The recent episode gave me an anxiety attack yesterday.
Nah, Power ended for me after they did that fuck shit last season. I was done with Power.
What would be a real
amazing. I love it.
You know what would be a really
more power to you. More power to you, Mocha. That's good.
You know what would be a really scary game outside of like the clickers and stuff? If there was a game that just made bald people.
I was about to say that. Oh my fucking god. Yo, I was about to. He said you don't know what's scary. I was like, what, being a bald Nintendo fan?
What is this new thing about making fun of bald people? Where did this come from?
All right, I'm gonna explain this shit. I'm gonna explain this shit real quick. I'm not saying that correlation equals causation, but there just seems to be something going around of people being fanboys correlated to them being black and bald. I don't make the rules. I just call it like I sees it, and that's what we've seen.
Here's how it started. It started with BG. BG would always see something wild or crazy on Twitter, and BG would always be like, "Yo, why they always gotta be black?" So then I just started noticing that it's not just that they're black; it's that they're bald and black. I just can't have them, disrespecting black men. So I gotta find a caveat.
You know what? Black Bond is the kind of guy alongside of the corporate slaves award, he's gonna have the corporate bald alert
We don't know if Mooch and Crap Gamer are bald.
All I'm saying, bro, is
Mooch
what it
isn't
do,
bald.
man. Talk of the town, Nintendo. Let me stop.
Man, that's a banger.
The
right
original.
That really is a banger. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Oh my
he is the original, like, you know,
there. Is
bald
he the origin
boss.
of the disease? Like
He's the fact, the original bald boss, bro.
The patient zero.
I mean, he really was, man.
That's
You
what
know
they
I'm
needed.
waiting-
No, he's not the original. He's the definitive. Get it right.
You know what I'm waiting for? Oh my god, this will be my dream come true, especially since he blocked me. I need Baron in a hair versus hair match. Oh my god, that will make my fucking life. Because you know he losing. You know he losing and he gonna be bald.
Baron got some struggle braids on right now, by the way. Like, joints definitely.
Shout out to Baron, man. Shout out to Baron, dog.
All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, bro.
All right, peace out, bro.
You got the Stevie Wonder Premium.
Oh man, low
Where
key.
y'all coming up with these? Where y'all coming up with these phrases? My God,
Baron in hair versus hair match.
Who was the black?
we got that hot echo though.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was me.
All right,
Nice.
let's start the podcast. So yeah, because we're talking about one thing today and one thing only. Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 265. I made that thumbnail for all you thirsty dudes out there, all you hungry brothers. You know, that's the thumbnail to get y'all attention. All right, we're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon. You know, hit the like button. Discord is open to anybody who joins as a member. Shout out to the dude who joined as a member earlier. I'm gonna shout you out later. If you're a member, you get emotes and chat badges, access to the Discord. So yeah, I should do that. If you want to submit a video to be featured on Weapon Wheel Podcast, just send me an email at weaponwheelpress@gmail.com. I'll send you the Google Drive link to drop that. All right, let's do these intros. Our guest, Neo, what's going on, man?
All right. Hey Google, can you get Jack Move Johnny any hoes? Damn, not even Google.
Lord,
And the only reason I had to say that is because the young boy Tony in the chat. That's all I had to say. But yo, what's going on, people? Not much else to say. My name is Neo. Most of you down there know who I am, so I appreciate all the love. Thank you for having me on, BG. It's always a fun time to be on Weapon Wheel, and I can already tell this is going to be an eventful podcast.
Right. See what I tell you, Mocha. Darth Spark, the apprentice.
Oh god. Nah. Here we
go. Mocha.
Oh, Bon. Anyway, hello everybody. Yeah, let's have a good show. I'm excited.
Shout out your Twitter so people know where to find you.
If she wants them to find her.
Same everywhere. Smoke a Latte TV on every single platform.
Oh shit! Like Red Infamy TV.
Oh god.
Smoove, who's ducking his wife on her birthday.
No, I'm not ducking, bro. No. I got the blessing to come. She's watching. We watched Power last night, and they're watching it again. But yeah, I'll be in and out. Welcome, episode 265. Happy birthday to wifey. Spoil me Nisi. Check out her YouTube channel. But yeah.
All right. Jack.
What's good? What's popping? I hope this is the last podcast of the year, man. Cause we run out of shit to talk about, man. I ain't talking about Cyberpunk no more this year, man. I gotta be real. This shit is crazy. All right, cool. All right, what's good, y'all?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? J Mega Games. I'm here to talk about Cyberjunk 2077. What's up? Good night.
Right, and Bond.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? I mean, good little Sunday so far. Jalen Hurts throwing 3 touchdowns, and
Ooh, Carson Wentz could never.
that bitch from Dakota. I want out of Philadelphia now. I wish we could drop his ass in Oakland like Nelson Aguilar. Keyword on that is drop.
Right. So, Cyberpunk. Since just last week when we talked about this, a lot has happened since then. I put together a little timeline, right? So, the timeline the best I could. So, let me just read this out, what I put together, the events that have happened. Hopefully I can do this uninterrupted, and then we can go over everything that's happened as a whole and stuff individually.
Oh,
so here we go. Cyberpunk 2077. As we know, game was in development 7-8 years, whatever it was. Game was hyped to the heavens, coming from the CD Projekt gods. Next, Cyberpunk 2077 releases to bugs and glitches across all platforms, but as we know, they were the worst on the consoles. They got 8 million pre-orders, and 41% were on consoles, and the rest were on PC, and CDPR makes their money back from development instantly. Next, CDPR never shows the console versions of the games, and then we learned through an apology that they purposely hid it and because they were aware of the horrible condition that it was in. Specifically, upper management.
Can I interrupt for 1 second? They also lied to their investors about saying the game ran well on the current gen consoles.
True. So upper management still pushed this through, even though obviously developers, the actual in-house developers were against it. Next, reviews for the console versions come out to like 50s and 40s, and the PC version drops to an 87. Next, without consulting or creating a plan with Sony or Microsoft, CDPR tells people if they want refunds, they should reach out to them for a refund. Pretty much handing off complete responsibility for a botched launch to Sony and Microsoft. So, yeah, they wanted their hands completely removed from this, releasing a semi-broken game. Next, Sony fires back by delisting the game from the platform because, CDPR caught them completely off guard with this whole refund nonsense. And we know when it comes to refunds, Sony is like, what's that? We don't like to do those, right? We yeah. Right. And then they admit that they never even spoke to Sony or Microsoft when they put that notice on Twitter out, right?
Also, BG, real quick, they lied about the certification process to Microsoft and Sony.
Right.
So they basically passed it through without they're like, oh, don't worry, it'll be taken care of, and they just BS their way through it.
Right. Next, Cyberpunk developers grill management over the crunch, the deadlines, and the poor launch. This was happening in-house, right? We got those reports from Jason Schreier. Major networks such as CNN and BBC start reporting about a horrible launch. Like that almost never happens when major news networks talk about your disastrous launch. That is not something that usually happens.
Point.
What was that?
The freaking Eagles missed the damn extra point to take the lead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, back to the timeline. We're almost done. So after major networks pick up, and this story about CDPR and Cyberpunk, even retailers like Best Buy start accepting open copies back of the game. Another thing Best Buy, and retailers typically don't do. GameStop kind of does it sometimes. Best Buy is not somebody that really does that. Other retailers are stopping people from even buying the game physically. Some places, I think they said some places in Australia, are stopping people from even buying the game physically and putting notes on the games. And lastly, class action lawsuits are apparently in the work, and CD Projekt Red investors are suing over Cyberpunk for materially misleading information. So that's the disaster that's happened. Most of that is just in the past 7 days.
You forgot one thing. They said, "Don't worry, we got patches coming in February."
Oh boy.
Yes. So is it safe to say this is the biggest disaster of a launch in gaming history?
This is the biggest disaster in the gaming industry since Nintendo decided to go with cartridges over CDs. Nobody can name me anything else that has been a bigger disaster than that in gaming. Maybe the Sega Saturn launching early without any games. Those might be the top three. Nothing.
Which one is the first topic?
Well, before we even get into this, we need to talk about these defenders, right?
Oh, we already starting with that shit. Start with the smoke.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get it, Bond. Let's get it. I'm ready.
Everybody knows The Witcher 3 to me is a top 10 game of all time. Is a top 2 game of the last decade. Probably one of my top 3 games of all time. And you know what? I can't even get this off my chest. I knew what it for a moment in time. I knew what it felt like to be an Xbox fan. I felt that disappointment through my heart and my soul. The grieving, oh, it can't be that, but the denial, and then damn, you just got to accept that shit. But people giving them a pass is absolute bullshit. And people, I'm not trying to call out Solid Red, but I'm saying like the whole defense thing he's talking about, how it's cancel culture, that's bullshit. This is not cancel culture. This is business. If I dropped in 10 grand to Tesla, my Tesla stock is doing great, by the way, I might add.
Same.
But if I dropped in 10 grand to Tesla and that shit bottomed out because Elon Musk lied to investors publicly, I'd be pissed. And that's not about cancel culture. That's about money on my table. And that's about money on other people's tables. That's people providing for it's not. See, people are talking more emotionally about this instead of logistically. And somebody's like double mutant or whatever. But yeah, like people and investors invested in this company and were lied to. That takes money off of people's table. The people that were expecting to make money off of this game were lied to. The reviewers were lied to. The gamers were lied to. Everybody was lied and deceived. But people are making excuses. It's fucking bullshit. If you're defending this company in any sort of way, it's bullshit. Because another thing is, there is no big bad overlord like EA, Activision, or Ubisoft that put the game out. This is an independent company.
Mm-hmm.
They are independent. They make their own decisions.
Man, they wanted that Christmas bread. We already know.
Talk about, we're ready to rebuild our reputation. And
that's crazy how they ruined it with this, though.
Yeah, they killed it. And this was the point I was making with The Last of Us 2. When people said that one bad game can't destroy a company, the fuck it can't. The fuck it can't. One bad
to be fair,
can destroy a company.
To be fair, Bon, I think you got to look at the optics of what people deem as a bad game, because The Last of Us Part 2, most people's decisions on that game had to do with the narrative structure, right? Naughty Dog did not.
I'm saying if The Last of Us was a terrible game.
If it was a terrible game. Yeah, exactly.
It was not. People are just losers, social rejects, incels, simps, virgins, whatever banned Twitch words they have in the vocabulary. That's what they were. But I'm saying one bad game, especially when you come out with a new game every 6 to 7 years, can ruin a company. Because you know the next game they're making won't be for another 5 or 6 years. And whenever that rolls around, people are going to be skeptical.
Yeah. It's insane. And BG brought up a good point in his like 40 videos that he made on Cyberpunk, which BG, you still got to make more. You still got to make more, bro. I love watching those. I love
It's more like 12.
No, but BG brought up a good point. There's been no other company in the history of gaming that has risen to such prominence as CD Projekt Red in such a short amount of time. I've never seen anybody get to that level of clout.
No, it took 3 games though.
No, Bond, let's be real about life for a second. I mean, we've played Witcher 1, 2, and 3, but a lot of people out there, I'd say 95% of the people only play Witcher 3. Like, let's just be real about life for a second.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You know? So the dialogue and conversation about CD Projekt Red started with The Witcher 3.
No!
Wait, what?
Who's screaming like a girl? Who's screaming like a girl?
Wait, what? Baron 1?
Can you not commentate on football?
Sorry.
Anyway, go ahead, Neo.
Yeah. So the conversation about CD Projekt Red, it started with The Witcher 3. And when you get Cyberpunk and you get all that hype and the marketing, everything behind it, I don't want to even say it was a case of they overstepped their boundaries. They didn't know what they were getting into, that this game was too big, too ambitious. I don't even think that's a case. This is a case of management fucking things up and then the consumers having to bear the brunt of it. And this is what I do not understand, because a lot of these people out here, a lot of y'all did not just start gaming right now. A lot of y'all have seen the fuck ups of Fallout 76, No Man's Sky, Skyrim, whatever game y'all want to use to damage control for this company to say, well, you guys didn't have this same energy back then. First off, be selective. A lot of the people in this chat have had that same energy for Bethesda games before. All right. So I don't know the people you hang around with, but
that's Microsoft, you name it.
Exactly. But people out here saying that, oh, this isn't a big deal. This company lied to your faces for months. I don't know any other industry out there where somebody can lie to you for months and the truth comes out day one after you've paid the money and you're sitting here and you're like, oh, it's okay. Give it a few more months. Do y'all not hear yourselves? You paid $65 for a game and you expect people to wait 6, 7, 8, 9 months. And mind you, CD Projekt Red does not have a confirmed date for the PS5 Series X patch. They even said they don't even know if it'll hit 2021 given the state of the pandemic.
Damn.
Yes, that's legit. That's legit. I'll find the photo somewhere and bring it to you guys. But that's how it is. Could it hit? Yes. Could it not hit? Absolutely. But for people out there, like people like to say, oh, well, what about all these other games in the past? It's like, and I don't want to bring politics into this shit, but it's like with police brutality and black people. Like, oh, you didn't have this energy for this situation that happened. It doesn't matter. We did not pick the martyr that is Cyberpunk 2077's launch. That's the game right now that everybody is attacking, and for good reason. But you guys want to damage control it, try to put the blame onto Sony or something else, yada, 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 instead of the company that actually burned your house down. Like, I don't know any other industry where people are just accepting of this, except in the gaming industry. Like, imagine, Bond, since you brought up your Tesla stock, imagine buying Tesla, right? And for whatever reason, you're buying it and it says, yeah, you can get these features and it can hit this speed in 3 seconds. It takes you 30 seconds to hit that speed. But everyone's like, oh no, just wait for the software patch to come out next year after you spent $40, $50, $60,000 on this car. Like, I don't like, do y'all have stock in this company? Like, I just really want to know where y'all get off defending a company whose sole,
they'd be pissed.
Yeah, exactly. A company whose sole existence is to get money from you. And that's not a slight against like, oh, anti-capitalist. No, it's not. It's literally that's the case. The relationship that we have with CD Projekt Red is a business transaction. You give me a great game, I give you money. I expect that game to run on the hardware I bought. And don't come in here with that dumb crap saying, well, it's your fault for buying it on PS4 and Xbox One. That's old hardware. Any other game that comes out works. Yeah, they released it. They released it on there. If it's out on the platform, I expect it to work. But somebody take over.
Real quick, I just want to say something. A lot of people who talk about this, The Witcher 3 did release in a bad state too. Just I don't know if people remember.
To be fair, not like this. And
of course not like this, but under the circumstances that we're under, you kind of understand why.
Yeah,
the Witcher was like Roach was clipping and Roach was twerking. It was silly shit.
It was silly shit.
Yeah, but it was still.
And it played. And remember, Jim, you remember, The Witcher 3 is a game that released almost 6 years ago. You should know better based off what you released 6 years then. Like, this game should have launched better than The Witcher 3. Sure, it didn't need to launch perfect, but it didn't need to launch worse than The Witcher 3. Like, I don't know how people don't understand this shit.
And not for nothing, I have no reason to defend this game. I know it's gonna come off like I'm defending this game. I like it, but it's not that bad as people make it out to be, though.
No, the game itself, like my time playing the game, when it works, the game itself, it's solid. It's CD Projekt Red, the guys who gave us The Witcher 3. Like, I love their lore, their world building. A lot of the stuff in Cyberpunk is amazing. And had this game come out in a great state, it'd probably be one of my favorite games of the generation. But my biggest problem is trying to play the game and get through it without having to temper my expectations. Like, I remember my brother, because I bought him a copy so he can play on
3 copies. You
bought 3. Yeah, I bought and here I'm giving myself this L right now. 830 people watching right now. I bought 3 copies of Cyberpunk, PC to play, PlayStation for testing purposes, and I brought my brother a copy for the Series X. Right, and across all 3 of those platforms, this shit just don't work. And every day he's like, bro, I'm trying to play this shit, but then my character got warped out of the car out of nowhere, and this shit happened 3 times. I was like, what?
Yo, one video BG posted where the girl was driving the bike and it just like
she went to heaven,
ascended into heaven. Yeah,
freaking Kakashi hit her with the Mangekyo Sharon gun.
And that was crazy.
And like, you know, with CDPR releasing Witcher 3 like 6 years ago, whenever it was, like, you got to understand, then people looked at them as like the underdogs that overachieved. So even if Witcher 3 launched a little bit buggy, people were like, oh, they're the underdogs. Like, with this game, they still overachieved, and they gave us like mad content, mad free stuff after the game release. Okay, cool. That was your title.
Budget was tiny. compared to what it was there.
Exactly. That's your title, right? So your title and your rank as a studio matters. Now you don't got that underdog label no more. That's over and done with. Now people have labeled you
quality,
one of the best in the industry. So
not just that, BG. CD Projekt Red is also the second most valuable studio in all of Europe, and they did that in 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
but you know what gets me? Outside of BG being right, BG saw all the warning. Look, this is pretty much what happened. We all saw a fine ass girl that we thought was a 10 out of 10, and all of our friends told us the warning signs and the red flags, and we said nope. We ignored them. Nah, man, you just hating. Nah, BG, you know what you talk about. You look at you look fine. Yup. And that happened, and you got your throat slit. You got your wallet robbed. You drugged your
just lay on the couch all day. She don't do nothing.
Put your Rolex destroyed. But my biggest issue is this. It's one. If I were other companies, I would be taking pot shots at CD Projekt Red right now.
Oh yeah,
these motherfuckers were like they were like the Clippers. They were talking all that shit. And then when it came time to get into the best playoffs, they got owned.
Remember, Baban, they gonna leave the greed up to other companies.
Yeah, people digging up old tweets talking about, you think our game's gonna release glitchy? That's not us. Oh my god, this shit is bad.
Yeah, it was really bad, and because it's what I was saying is y'all got to understand how much y'all put this studio on a pedestal. It matters. It matters because you have to have matching They have to release matching performance to because of the label and the expectation that y'all set. So people who hype them are just as big as the problem as the studio themselves, because you can tell they embrace that, right, as darlings of the industry, because then that's when they started throwing shots, shooting little subliminals at other people in the industry. Microtransactions and greed and all this other stuff. Okay, you on cloud 9 in your high horse right now. And what happened took them down a notch. And the rest of the industry, listen, I don't care. I could be EA. I could be an EA exec. I'm sipping right now. I'm like, y'all talk all of that.
And
not all of that.
BG. Not to mention BG. This is
Batman?
the same company.
Yeah, Batman back.
This is the same company that came out a couple years ago and said that we don't believe in microtransactions. But our multiplayer gonna do it. It might be we forgot to tell you that.
Speaking of that, when they have to deal with all these bugs and glitches, and then the next gen version, when would that multiplayer even come out? That's coming out 2023.
Probably.
So, here's another good question, BG. Now, do you agree that working on a multiplayer could impact the single player negatively?
Bro, did they even say they were working on it?
No. I don't even think the multiplayer was the big factor on why this game ended up doing it. I don't think that it had nothing to do with it, Bond.
Yo, I'll be 100% honest. When they were
Sucker Punch did it.
Yeah, Sucker Punch out of the blue. Who the hell called they were bringing out Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer? Nobody saw that.
And it turned out to be a very solid multiplayer too. So.
Yeah, I love it. It's dope. But let's take this attention off the CD Projekt Red for a second, and I want to talk about a certain group of people on this internet who have contributed to this problem for months. These fake positivity gamers in yellow chairs.
Are they led by a bald guy?
Why? I don't know.
Leave Paris alone.
I have no slander.
Okay, and here's my problem, because I'm not going to name anybody in specific, but I'm seeing a lot of the people in their little flock, their group, they congregate, trying to highlight positive aspects about this, and basically what they're doing is they're trying to downplay the situation. On some levels, they're like, okay, well, it's not, of course, everybody knows it's not the dev's fault, it's management. But for people saying that there's just too much negativity going around, of course there's negativity going around. This game launched broken and millions can't play it. How would you feel if this company you held to such a high standard lied to your face for an entire year? You spent your money on this and you get it and it doesn't work.
They got to burn them yellow chairs. They got to burn them.
You got to burn them. You have to burn them, destroy them. I don't care what you got to do. Because
I think they should have to eat them or wax them with their bald ass heads.
They might have to. Whatever you got to do. But you remember how for the longest time, all these people were saying, "Oh, don't trust the big outlets. Don't trust IGN. Don't trust GameSpot. Influencers are the future. Influencers are the future." And what happens when somebody at one of these sites says, "Yo, this game is half baked, you guys. Y'all attacked them." And then the second that this game comes out and all of your favorite yellow chair influencers, the 2077 defense force, those people, they just went silent. And then it's all about
just Neo, is this question, is this any yellow chair? Is this a specific yellow chair? You got to be more detailed.
It's a specific yellow chair that's correlated with everything is fine. The house is burning, but everything is okay. I'm just saying, man.
Neo brings up a good point about IGN and bigger outlets. Remember when people used to hate gaming outlets saying, "Oh, they're being paid off"? But I would think that an influencer is much easier to pay off because you can do it under the table. You're only dealing with one person. There's not a paper trail, and as long as you keep paying that one person, they gonna shut up. And if they
all you have to do is give them some free merchandise, fly them over to Epic to play a game.
and then here's the thing: they can't ever rat on you. Because if they rat on you, then they destroy their own they destroy all their credibility.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't mind influencers as a place in the industry. I mean, that's cool, connecting with companies. That's okay. But what I do not like is that the deception that comes with capping for this corporation because they give you free stuff and your reviews and impressions are going to be on hardware that the vast majority of people don't have. Like, I don't see how these people, who a lot of them have been in the industry for a long time, how they can just sit back and like, okay, you're going to review Cyberpunk. It's only going to be on PC and you can't use your own footage. We're not going to give any console codes. That's the thing. A lot of these people have consoles too, and you don't ever think like, hey, why can't we get these things? But no, what did we have to hear up until launch? Oh, don't worry, you guys, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine.
I knew a couple people that asked for Xbox Ones, and they were told, no, you have to review this on PC. And they brought the attention to me. Well, obviously, I didn't want to bring any attention to them because I didn't want them in trouble or for anything. But yeah, they told me that it was like probably a week or two before the game came out. There's like, I have a feeling this game about to come out and be really spooky. Like,
yeah, like Jack, do you want to speak to like how in all of this people still found a way to somehow blame Sony and Microsoft? Like they made the game.
Go ahead, Pony Commissioner, go ahead.
Hey man, hey man, look, y'all been touching on it. Yeah, for some reason, matter of fact, the CD Projekt Red bosses, they was saying, then they even tried to throw shade at Avengers. They was like, they can't believe Sony Avengers wasn't playable, and it's the same situation. It's not the same fucking situation. Avengers had, now granted, Avengers was a piece of shit when it launched too. They even admitted to having like 1,000 bugs, but guess what? They didn't have no game-breaking bugs. People still beating the game. It might have been a piece of shit, but people still play. And a lot of people enjoyed the game. But this game, you can't even play this fucking game, yo. And people was getting mad at Sony, and then we even had Smoove in the podcast. He was trying to throw shade at Sony. He was saying that's an Xbox exclusive, and they came.
That wasn't shade. I'm just saying it's effectively an Xbox exclusive.
I think the majority of the blame is on CD, but I do got to be blaming these console manufacturers because they got certification processes. And
didn't you hear they lied about it?
Oh yeah, that's the reason.
So how do you just
buy it?
Okay, say that again.
This is what happened.
Project lied and misled the Sony and Microsoft about the certification process. They both.
Yeah.
But you have to it has to go through the certification to even get processed to be on the store.
Okay, so from what I understand about the certification process is it's not as in-depth as a lot of people think it is. A lot of people think certification is like QA testing for a video game where you have to play through it.
It's supposed to be a benchmark
times.
Pretty much to make sure the game
it's
runs.
Basically like, okay, can the game boot up? Does it have functionality with whatever PlayStation Network testing purposes?
Does it brick our console? Stuff like
that. Does it brick the console? Can you go and do this? Like certain things, like let's just say your implementation of this feature, will it like have a weird handshake with the console? It's not a full-on QA testing.
If it is like that, if it is like that, that I got to take Sony out of the equation. That Microsoft to be blamed because they had a partnership. I'm sure they've seen this game multiple times in development. Like, there's no way Microsoft didn't know this game was like
Microsoft
this.
shouldn't be blamed.
Why
Microsoft
would they
should
be blamed? That's stupid.
No,
yeah,
I'm not
you can't-
saying no. In no way, shape, or form. In no way, shape, or form did I say Microsoft's to blame for the whole thing. But Microsoft let this shit go out.
So
No,
okay, so
they're
here's
not
the thing.
developers.
Here's the thing.
like
They should be suing. Microsoft should be suing CD.
and I agree, but it's just like, where's the quality control? Like,
So here's the
But
thing.
that's
As far
done
as
by
that's concerned,
but third-party publishers.
so
don't do
you see a
quality.
game clearly not functioning. Clearly not fun. Yeah, that's good. Put that on the store. That's good. Like, there was no like eyebrow raise. Yo, maybe we should talk to them. Like,
But
so
again,
I understand where
Addict,
Addict
they
is coming
lied
from.
about the certification.
Right, and I get where Addict is coming from. Like, yes, maybe there needs to be stricter rules for both Sony and Microsoft, but that's not the conversation and the dialogue we need to be having right now.
oh,
That's
it's not
like,
the conversation.
Yeah,
This,
okay,
this,
I understand
this
that,
is
but-
all Cyberpunk.
but
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying
people-
because
a lot of
that
people
was
are
brought
trying to
up.
make that. Yeah, but a lot of like, regardless of whether or not Sony or Microsoft should have caught this earlier on, it doesn't make much sense to put any type of attention on them versus CD Projekt Red, because the certification process has worked just fine for 99% of the games, save for Fallout 76. So it still falls on CD Projekt Red, which is where we have to keep the same energy and attention. I know what you're saying. I'm not saying you're not. I know you're not saying that, bro.
I'm personally glad that all this happened because, I enjoy Cyberpunk. I think it's a great game, but it's just like, how many games is enough? Like I was just saying this in an earlier podcast. Like, how many more games is going to come out busted before the industry starts to pull back? And this is the first time I've seen the industry pull back to a point. Like 76, I think, was the worst besides this particular situation, and maybe Battlefield 4. But this is the
Batman. See,
This
this should have began and ended with Batman.
It should have.
I think after being in the mainstream news, like, I think Cyberpunk is still a fun game, but it's just like you deliberately lied to people. And it was complete malice. Like they put all of these in play, wouldn't let people have review codes to certain consoles because they knew it didn't run well. And what's crazy is people that were just bringing it up, like me and BG. I don't really keep up with everyone's tweets, but like I got attacked for 4 days because I said, "Yo, I'm not."
He did.
I'm not liking these screenshots I'm being shown. Like, and the people are like, "Oh, you ain't played it," and I said it's going to get an 86 to an 89. Oh, when is that a bad game? And I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, and now the game comes out, it's busted. They're lying to everyone known to man.
Let's be clear. The reason why the game got delisted is not even because it's broken. That's not even the reason.
It's because of refund. They didn't want to give you refunds for a game.
Yeah, y'all said we gonna give y'all refunds, which included Sony and Microsoft. If y'all would have just took responsibility, Sony wouldn't have done that. That's their fault. They made everything worse. Go ahead, Jack.
When CD Projekt Red first did the refund shit, the reason Sony denied some people refunds was because they said that CD Projekt Red told them they was gonna patch the game. So they were saying, "Oh, it's technically not a unbeatable game or I forgot a faulty game. They only refund faulty games if you play them for over 2 hours." So even though it was
if anything,
they didn't admit to it. And they lied and said they was gonna patch.
So question then, for the people that have like 25, 30 plus hours, should they get a refund?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're putting 25, 30 hours into a game and you're continuously playing this game, then like I do feel like low key it's just like it didn't bother you for 30 hours. I dropped games in 5 hours that I don't like.
Still not the product that was advertised.
Right. And at the very least, those 25, 30 hours, even if they're enjoying it, it's not what they originally envisioned it's supposed to running at. So I don't think it's like a lose-lose scenario.
Like this is a gray area, man. I feel like this
and the thing is, like,
if you start giving people.
No, but just in this, but that's the reason why Sony was so pissed, because now we have to make exceptions to our refund policy specifically for this game.
It's an isolated incident. It's an isolated
under
normal circumstances.
With this situation, they'll improve their refund system. So.
Right. But remember, the refund policy, just for some people who don't know, that folks are explaining it in the comments section, a refund policy is not just, okay, here's your money back. Whenever you go to a business, you always wonder why the refunds take anywhere from like 2 to 3 days. There's logistics that go into that. 56K warnings talking about the refunds cost Sony extra fees on top of the original purchase. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So them pulling the game is much easier, and it's like a less logistic nightmare as opposed to them having to refund. Yeah, as opposed to them refunding all those people.
That whack ass game too.
It is a fee every time.
Smoove said he didn't want them to pull the game off.
No, I think Steam needs to pull it. I think Microsoft needs to pull it.
Steam need to pull it. If people on Steam, there's people on Steam that can pull the game fine.
But at the end of the day, it's just like we need to show these devs. Like this isn't even about Cyberpunk. This is about broken games in general.
Yeah, man.
This is about showing. Look, if you make a busted game, we pulling your shit off the store. Like,
I felt like Microsoft handled it right. They allowing refunds regardless you played it 2 hours or more, whatever.
Right. That was a partnership, man. That's all that was.
They put
we have a partnership with them.
The game doesn't need to be delisted. Buy at your own risk. Every game we buy, we're buying at our own risk. Sure, we can hope that it works.
The game literally doesn't work on the game literally doesn't work on the Xbox One version. It literally doesn't work. So like even if you have it on there, you might experience issues. That's really towards the Series X users.
Yo, there's not a flawless game that launched in like 15 years. I'm going to experience an issue in every game. So
it's
like,
not about being flawless.
Wait, whoa.
Okay, the game, but the game works for some people. So
that's not
one at a time.
All right, Bond, go ahead.
Would you buy a car that only works for some people, or would it get recalled?
That doesn't make any sense. You're talking about a whole damn fucking car. I'm talking about a game that's operatable on multiple devices.
It's a product or service. If it only works for some people, you have to pull it.
All right, then you have to have the same energy that for everybody that has a problem with a game that you don't have a problem with.
If it doesn't work, Smoove, this isn't a matter of the game good or bad. Does the game work?
The game works.
If they kept it on and
shitty PCs.
Okay, here's the thing, Smoove. If the game really worked to the extent that they don't need to pull it, they don't need to do any of this, why is it getting such national attention across the world from CNN, from UK news sources?
Because it's something to talk about. They already found there's a COVID vaccine. Trump's no longer president.
Oh my God!
I'm confused. How did we get here?
What are you talking about, bro?
Smoove. No,
CNN is talking about it.
So, kid, are you stating that this game works well enough to stay on the store?
The game doesn't need to be delisted from every. It doesn't.
But if the game doesn't function correctly for the listener for last,
don't have it, bro. For with that energy, right? If somebody plays a game right now and it doesn't work on their old either PC or their old Xbox and it works for other people, right? Then the game should be delisted. That's what you're saying. We're only saying this because it's Cyberpunk and they got all this praise and hype, and now
you realize that there's a program called the preview program that these games go into because they don't work well. This game's not a preview program. This game is a full-blown retail version.
With any sort of fucking like questions like this. Is this the only game in history that ever launched?
And those fucking games should have been pulled.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
Hold
on. Go ahead, Jack.
You know, CD Projekt Red. It's a if your save file gets over 8 megabytes, it's still a great chance to get corrupted, and you can't. What? CD Projekt Red is telling people do not do too much side content because your save file will get corrupted if it goes over 8 megabytes. The thing with this shit is, bro, what we talking about? It's
so with Smoove saying that, kid should it stay on the store.
Wait, let Jack finish.
Let Jack talk.
No, y'all good.
No, just finish, Jack.
Jack, I wasn't aware of this 8 megabyte.
So if it goes over 8 megabytes, your save file gets corrupted?
A lot of people are reporting it, yes.
Oh my God.
What do you have?
Yesterday, yeah.
What do you have to say about that, Smoove?
Why did I make the fucking game? No, nigga. The first time I'm hearing that.
All right, okay. So Smoove. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Smoove. I understand what you're talking about, but you're taking it to the extreme in a situation where this is just point blank. The reason why they pulled the game is because they have an overwhelmingly large number of people requesting refunds, which would lead you to believe that the vast majority of people who bought this game, there's something wrong with their experience. Now, yes, listen, for everyone in the comment section saying Cyberpunk works great for me, cool, happy, whatever helps you sleep at night, that's fine. The vast majority of people playing this game, which it is known, this game is not running as it is intended.
Pre-orders.
Exactly, bro. There's a lot of people, and that's why you can't use this whole. So if any game has an issue, that means it's pulled.
And here's why it's different.
That's straw manning, bro.
Here's what else is different. Other games didn't hide their console versions purposely. So reviews like Fallout 76, reviews came out for that either day one or before, so people knew, right? It wasn't kept a secret purposely, so people went in. People bought the console versions based on the score for the PC version, which
that's nah.
which now with other games, you know the console version is going to be a not as great as the PC version, but the disparity between the PC version and the console version of Cyberpunk is unlike any other game. There's no game that you can literally say that the PC version is like amazing in some situations and it really works, and the console version is completely broken. There's no other game. Even Fallout 76, I'm looking at it right now. Fallout 76 on PC has a 52. Xbox One, it's a 49. PS4, it's a 53. The game was trash all across the board. And people knew that.
But here's the thing, BG, and here's what we all underestimated. Never underestimate Smoove's ability to defend a trash ass game.
Wait, Smoove, wait, Smoove, weren't you Smoove? You were capping for Crackdown 3, and that game had mad issues, bro. Come on.
Oh, that's the thing. I've never paraded like, oh, Cyberpunk, hey. That was Blackbot calling them CD gods and shit. No, that wasn't me. I'm just saying the game doesn't need to be delisted. They can, like, games get patched and updated for freaking years. And now we're saying, this game needs to go off every store.
They said that it won't be patched to successfulness until like February.
They're going to be updating this game for like weeks. I'm not saying that it's good or anything like that. I'm not even playing this shit right now.
So you
go ahead, Mocha.
Okay, first of all, Smoove, do you want to die on this hill real quick?
Yeah, I don't mind.
The hill you want to die on? Like,
yeah.
Okay. So as an example, remember like months ago when you were moving and they fucked up all of your furniture and everything like that? And you were on Twitter talking about it?
Yep.
Should they not have to refund you or do anything since other people hired those same guys and they didn't have their furniture fucked up?
I said don't delist the store. I didn't say, these people should go out of business. They just need to give me my money back. That's
right, but the way that you're saying it, they shouldn't have to get your money back and stuff.
No.
No, he never said that.
Said anything about CD Projekt
no,
Red
wait,
I'm
saying you're saying that just because majority of the people didn't have a bad experience, you don't think that it should be delisted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And things like that. And don't you understand though? Like even if I don't know how to put this, even if someone else doesn't have a bad experience, if it's like the majority of everyone, it's an issue. And those people, even if it's not a majority of everyone, you don't think people deserve to have their money like refunded and stuff?
I'm been fighting on that though. I have nothing against refunds. Get your money back.
But it's the point that you're like capping though.
No, I'm not capping. What people? My only argument was
I got a point. I think you got a point.
But then you got to. But here's the thing,
you got
right?
A point. Got a point.
It was also a lot of false advertising. It's the fact that they tried to pin refunds on Sony and Microsoft, and they lied, and it was misrepresentation of a game because they had 8 million pre-orders. 41% is on console. So the 41% they sold a lie to 41% of people, and they purposely hit it because they wanted all those pre-orders. By the way, which they made a profit from day one because of that. So they literally robbed people.
They sold 41% of people of the sales of that game a product they knew for a fact wouldn't play for more than a couple hours.
That's absolutely like major issues. Yeah, that's lawsuit worthy.
Yeah, that's Smoove. I understand. All right, let's just bring it down a little bit. Smoove, I get what you're saying from a delisting standpoint. I get you. Yeah, you're right in that respect. However, in this particular situation, Smoove, that's not the energy you need to be expending right now. You don't need to sit here and try to die on the hill for delisting a game where these developers straight up lie to every consumer, including you, bro. I get what you're saying. You are right, but this is not, you've got to pick these battles, bro. This isn't the battle. This isn't the hill to die on, like Mocha said.
Well, my thing is, once again, I don't have anything against people like getting refunds or requesting refunds. I don't like, that's not my issue. I like the game sucks. It sucks. I don't have any praise or I have nothing on this game. I'm not writing for this game. But my only thing was the delisting thing. I was like, well, why does it need to be delisted on all platforms? Because PlayStation did it. You know what I mean? It was right for them. They felt like they had a.
This isn't about a PlayStation thing.
No. But they're the only ones who delisted.
This is about selling a product that doesn't work.
They're the only ones who delisted the game, right? But now we are saying, a couple of you guys said already on this podcast, oh, Microsoft should do it, Steam should do it. Right? I'm like, well, why? Why do it need to be delisted? I'm not saying why should people get refunds. No, get your refund. I would advocate refunds all the time. Like
he's asking why
the game should be on all platforms. I'm just saying why
they should be delisted. They should be delisted.
Okay, kid.
Because
here's why? Because the refund process costs Sony money.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was trying to say. Like,
but that's the decision. They can. All right,
here's my question.
These corporations that has a whole lot of money, they can sort that out. Sony could sue CD Projekt Red. That has nothing to do with the customer. I don't give a fuck if Microsoft or Sony
okay
money back. No, they can.
Here's my question. Here's my question to you. You say, why is it necessary to delist it? I'm asking, why is it not necessary? Like, are we going to reward people who lie? Are we going to reward people who sell millions of...
Okay. All right.
So you think that just like Microsoft...
Nobody has to buy your game. Your game can have all these asterisks next to it. It doesn't have to be bought. But I'm just saying, how's it rewarding?
This is a popular game, kid.
Like, what's Smoove talking about, yo? For real. Like, real talk.
Smoove is out of his mind.
Smoove. They need to delist it for one to deter this kind of behavior from publishers. That one thing, it deters that type of behavior. Two, this is literal, like this is corporate. This is how a corporation says suck my dick. That's literally what Sony is saying to CD Projekt. Like, you got to read between the lines. Like, Sony can't come out on Twitter and be like, hey yo, CD Projekt Red, suck me off, bro. For that F-boy stuff you just did. So they have to do it in a corporate way. They like, all right, you want to overwhelm us with refund requests and force us to force our staff to take on all these refunds. All right, here what we gonna do, fam. Here's how we gonna handle you. We gonna delist your game since you on that F-boy time. That's what Sony literally did.
Right.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, why does every platform have to do it?
Because they need to show them that this behavior ain't okay. This behavior is not okay. That's what they need to say.
They all have a right to. I'm just saying, but why is it recommended that everyone has to? That's what
to deter bad behavior.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
So for every game, we're just gonna call for delisting.
But every game studio didn't go on Twitter and be like, hey yo, we gonna give y'all refunds without talking to Sony and Microsoft. No other game has done that, and no other game also hid the version that's requesting refunds from people purposely. Those are the two main factors. They hid the console version, and then they tried to hand off responsibility to Sony and Microsoft. Those are the two things that qualify them to be delisted.
And you got to remember, you got to factor in the relationship between the consumers and CD Projekt Red is completely different from the relationship between PlayStation and CD Projekt Red. The contract negotiations between them two, I'm sure Sony is pissed off about this. It's a nightmare for them as well to go through this whole process. So yeah, them delisting the game. They're probably just like, yeah, we don't want to do it, but fuck yeah, we'll do that. Seriously.
They're probably having to pay for overtime to have more representatives to answer their calls right now.
It's not just the CD Projekt Red thing and Sony just wipes their hands. No, they're going through this shit too.
All right. Okay. Well, there's a lot of Xbox exclusive that deserved an apology to the max. Slander that some of these games got, and like, okay, no, that's but go ahead, carry on.
Well, what game are you talking about?
no.
Wait. I'm confused. Yeah, what game are you talking about?
You mentioned one of them, Crackdown, being like, I don't even know what was wrong with Crackdown. Like, the game didn't launch broken, no bugs, no nothing. But
you know what was wrong with Crackdown?
Operational.
Nothing happened.
You know what was wrong with Crackdown? You know how I knew Crackdown was gonna be trash? You know what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Terry Crews, he's an
That's how I knew that game.
This guy's really taking L's left and right, bro. It's crazy how we never seen it. We really never noticed it.
You know what else is about to be a trash game?
What?
That new Ark survival game. And do you know why? And do you know
is.
why that game will be trash? Because it stars another bald guy. I'm talking right now. Listen to me, video game developers and publishers. Do not put bald people in your game as the main character.
Oh boy!
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. I mean, the only person that can get around success with being bald right now is The Rock.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But back to what I was gonna say before in regards to Smoove. Do you see what Microsoft avoided when they delayed Halo Infinite?
Mm-hmm.
They would have killed Halo had they released that game on launch. They would have ended the franchise. 343 has put out 2 shit games. They would have murdered Halo if they came out Halo Infinite at launch.
True.
And you were talking about, oh, they should have released it anyway.
Okay, so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like he gets it that the game has bugs. I don't think he's denying the fact that the game was fucked up. I just think he doesn't believe that it goes hand in hand.
No.
Which I think it does. Which is what the point I was trying to make about how even though he wasn't talking about the refunds are what caused like the delisting to happen. Like, you know, the big uproar about people wanting their money back. So if you're against delisting, you are pretty much at the same time, without saying so, against the fact that people should have the right to be mad and want their money back when a game is broken, you know?
Also, let me bring this up because Mocha brought it up. Smoove, I did do a little bit of digging. You know, I did have to pull up some receipts of the situation, the unfortunate situation that happened over the summer, bro. I'm not trying to make a joke, but in that situation where they did fuck up all your furniture, you could have just got your refund and be done with it. But you told people not to use them, number one, and you were looking into legal action with the insurance company.
They wasn't refunding him for the problem.
I understand that, but
hey yo,
but go ahead, Jack.
No, I'm just gonna say y'all looking way too deep into this. I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck is going on, right? Smoove does not want this game delisted from Xbox simply so he can say the only place you can play Cyberpunk on the console is like, this fool is criminally fucking insane.
Oh God!
I just like I was kind of feeling like that, but when somebody said it dawned on me, this nigga's crazy, yo, bro. He wants this motherfucking list for.
But you know what's crazy, Jack? It's on Stadia, so it wouldn't be exclusive anyway.
But I'm just saying, there's something wrong with this dude.
Ain't it crazy that the Stadia version is actually one of the most competent ones?
Yes.
It is.
Oh, what a year, 2020. Stadia got its own W, and CD Projekt Red got CD Projekt Red.
And what do y'all think about the fact that, listen, the fact that Microsoft has a marketing deal with them makes them not want to delist it? Yeah, do y'all think they're kind of wrong for that, or should they be compassionate because they have a marketing deal with them?
No, I think that's exactly. I think that's exactly what's going on. Microsoft, because let's be real here. Like, I don't think this is the end of CD Projekt Red. They're going to let time go by, fix the game, put some free DLC out. They'll get in good graces with people again. You know, maybe it won't be like it was with The Witcher, but they won't be hated by the whole industry. And when they talk about making that Witcher 4, you know, Microsoft wants to have their hand out for that marketing deal, so they ain't trying to piss them off right now.
Witcher 4 comes out, they're gonna be like, "Shut up with all your bragging and boasting." BG will be on their throat.
Straight up. Now, Witcher 4,
when that hear that Witcher, they're gonna have different energy. I can almost guarantee you that.
Absolutely. People, because people are fickle in the gaming community. We all know this shit, but no, I think a lot of people are legit. I wouldn't be surprised if those pre-order numbers are very low. And I mean, I can't speak for you, Bond, but I'm not buying that game until it is concrete, at least 95% playable at launch. And that pains me because I've bought The Witcher 3 4 times. I've played it 4 times.
Guys buying that day one.
No, negative.
Like I said,
guys buying that day one.
Negative, bro.
Buy a game day one.
Mm-hmm.
Have Smoove buy it day one, but still, never buy a game day one.
What do y'all think is harder to come back from? A game flopping, just flopping, no bad press, or having like completely disastrous like press?
This definitely this.
No, flopping. Flopping's harder to come back from.
No, because
BioWare's went off of 2 games. It's completely flopped. Like
because
I think
there was more
BioWare
to the
makes a game, people are going to cross-eyed them way more than CD Projekt Red making a game right now.
Look. It's hard to come back from flopping simply because we've seen games bounce back from launch and fucked up. A lot of Ubisoft games launch fucked up. Games as a service, they always Ubisoft games bounce back. But a game flopping, we ain't never really seen a game come back from flopping. For real. If you think about it.
Here's the difference, Jack. Ubisoft is a company that puts out many games in a year. So them having one flop is just what it is what it is. But a company like Project Red, they put out a game every
Wait, I'm confused for a second. I'm confused because game coming back from the flopping. Are we talking about just the game flopping? Or are we talking about those games as a service that launch broken and then well, I mean, let's be real. Alan Wake was my bad. Quantum Break. That game was a flop. Yeah. And look what happened with Control. That game was a 180. Everybody loves it. So it's definitely possible for that to happen.
But here's the difference. By flop, are we talking about a game that's didn't sell well?
Didn't sell. Like
or
Avengers.
Trash.
Avengers. It didn't sell.
No. Avengers.
I feel like we need more diameters. We can't just go off of a flop because if a game sold well, doesn't mean it's a bad game. If a game's bad, it doesn't mean it didn't sell well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
so what are we defining?
I was talking to FC Violent on Twitter earlier, and he thinks the launch of Avengers is worse than CD Projekt Red, and Avengers didn't have bad press.
Definitely was.
And Avengers didn't have bad press. It just flopped.
So are we talking about games like Anthem?
CDPR sold 8 million copies, but it has bad press. So
here's the thing.
I think it's going to be easier for games like Anthem and the Marvel game, whatever, the Avengers game. They could come back because they're like they're a service game. They can always drop an update, and the people that flock to service type games like me are going to go back to it. But games like CD Projekt Red, I don't think that's hard to come back from either because people are talking shit right now, but by the time they fix it, let's be real here, probably in 2 months we're going to get another broken ass game, probably not to this degree, but everyone's going to stop talking about CD Projekt Red, and then they fixed it, and then before you know it, in a year, people's like, remember when that game Cyberpunk came out all busted? It happens all the time. We literally just gave,
and that's the problem, and that's the problem.
We literally just gave a person an award. We gave Hello Games an award for No Man's Sky,
and they shouldn't have got that.
It's the best ongoing game. They got that award, and they literally advertised a game that didn't exist.
And they shouldn't have got that. They shouldn't have gotten that award at all. And just to, FC Violent, you the homie, bro. But here's the difference between Avengers and Cyberpunk. With Avengers, we had multiple betas leading up to launch, and a lot of people from a year until it launched were saying that game looks spooky. It was a general consensus. Some people liked the look of it. A lot of people didn't. Cyberpunk was not that. Cyberpunk, the hype was at an all-time high. When they came out and said 8 million pre-orders, no, there's no way the Avengers launch was an iota at worse than Cyberpunk. No way in hell, bro. If that game might have not been great, I mean, I hate the game. I think it's dog shit, but it is not the same thing as what's happening with Cyberpunk. But go ahead, Jack. My bad, bro.
No. I was gonna say, I disagree. I think Hello Games definitely deserved that award because they could have took it one way, took your money, and said fuck you, but they kept at it, and actually now, according to people that play the game, they fucking love it, and they provided what they, intentionally set out to do. It might have took some time.
They took it over Destiny 2, so I'm saying fuck Hello Games right now. Okay, I'll get over it, but right now,
I forgot you a Destiny guy. I forgot about that.
Let me ask you guys a question. Who's playing Booty Front?
Excuse me?
Battlefront.
Battlefield.
And Booty Front too.
Actually, a lot of people.
They had a slight comeback.
I must say this. They did, and they were supporting it. But that's the thing, though. Yes,
I mean, look,
while games can have a comeback, why do we have to award these redemption stories when the game should have launched as is? Like, I don't understand why we got to wait 2 years, 3 years for these games to be good. You pay $65 for a game now, it's got nothing, and it's like, oh yeah, it's great that they supported it, but it took 2 years for No Man's Sky to get to the point where people are like, oh, this is actually great. That's 2 years. Like, how do y'all people have the time for this shit?
I think No Man's Sky is a different scenario because No Man's Sky promoted a game that didn't exist. It literally didn't exist. They promoted all of these features and these mechanics that was supposed to be in that game day one, and none of that shit was in the game day one. Like when you talk about other games like Avengers and The Division and Anthem, they didn't really promote stuff that wasn't in the game. Like it was blamed. People knew it was going to be blamed. People knew it was going to be very short on content. But with No Man's Sky, people didn't know that when they bought that. They figured the game was supposed to do what they said it was going to do, and that's the reason I feel like No Man's Sky is a different story.
I don't know. Just people got way too much time to pay money for something and then wait for it to get good. That's just all I'm saying, man.
Like games as a service, you just gonna have to. That's just the nature of that whole model. You see what I'm saying? You invest in it hoping that they fulfill their goddamn promises, but at launch,
Neo
ain't gonna be shit.
Neo just gave a really good example of like a flawed game that could come back. We went from Quantum Break to Control. Like both are very redeemable. Like both can easily. I mean, they could easily come out with The Witcher 4, and people's like, cyber what? It's a matter of what they do and what the moves they make to go up to The Witcher 4.
It's possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but the dialogue and the conversation is going to be very different leading into The Witcher 4 as opposed to what it would have been if Cyberpunk launched in a great state. It was amazing. If Cyberpunk came out and it was amazing across the board, that is nothing but goodwill for The Witcher 4. But now, going into The Witcher 4, people are going to be, yes, there are going to be people who are excited, of course, but people are going to be like, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
I see people in this community.
You cut out. Yo.
I thought Mocha wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna say I see people in this community all year long talking shit about games they have no intentions on playing, and they get that shit they want anyway. So
but that's people in the community. You're always gonna have the fickle dudes. Like it is what it is. Like the people who say I hate.
It's just the hype train, man. People are gonna jump on the hype train regardless.
Yeah, that's fine. But
and when you have that Witcher in the name, ain't people waiting.
No, but there's people are fickle in the community. That exists everywhere, but we shouldn't use that as some type of a point to downplay the conversation
it's not a point. I was just answering your question.
Yeah.
Mocha, you didn't have anything, right? I thought you about it. No?
I had a question earlier, but everyone was talking over everybody, so I forgot.
Okay. What else? Listen, I gotta point out. I gotta point out. People hate when I bring up The Last of Us with this stuff, but I'm sorry. It's just real funny. A lot of the fake narratives, a lot of the lies that people made up about The Last of Us Part 2. You know what they're true about? Cyberpunk.
Damn.
Remember when people were you remember when people were like, "Oh, Last of Us 2 is the most refunded game ever without any proof"? Now Cyberpunk is literally probably the most refunded game ever, and that's a fact. You remember that? I just had to point that out. That is funny.
BG, are you telling me? Because listen, BG, I don't know what circles you run through, but I was told by very reliable people on the internet that in other countries, retailers are doing a buy 3, get a copy of The Last of Us Part 2 for free. Are you telling me that those people were lying, BG? Is that what you were telling me today?
I hate to believe people were lying, but I'm gonna have to go with they were lying.
Hey, y'all seen this? I seen on Twitter, bro. People keep bringing up The Last of Us when they talking about these Cyberpunk buzz. They be like, "Oh, you gonna tell me Last of Us didn't launch broken and I'm like, what fucking game did y'all?
I don't think I had any issues with that game when I played it, and I was playing on the regular PlayStation.
I had none. I was playing on that PS4. Man.
I had people. There was this one chick. What was that?
I only had one bug the entire time I played that game.
I beat the game. I beat the game 3 times, platinum it. I must have run into like maybe 2 bugs ever. I saw this one chick on Twitter. She was like, Spider-Man Miles Morales was buggy. Now the game had bugs. See, people don't know the difference between a game having bugs and a game being buggy.
Clunky.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Miles
exactly.
Miles Morales had like that bug where he would turn into like a light pole and stuff like that. That happened. That happened.
Yep.
But a buggy game is like a game that is constantly ridden. Like every bug is happening around the corner. Like I played Cyberpunk for like an hour and I ran into at least 3 bugs in 1 hour. That like it has to be constant and like ever present for you to call a game buggy. A game having bugs does not make it buggy. Like people got to learn the difference. So it's I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? Y'all coming up with anything to defend this Cyberpunk game, man? It's just there was something else they were saying about Cyberpunk that like Last of Us that ended up being Cyberpunk's problem. I can't remember, but you know, it was just ironic to me.
Multiplayer.
No, I don't.
It was something. It was something, but I mean, it's just funny, man. This was supposed to be, you know, groundbreaking game of the generation and all that, and
hopefully this is the last L of 2020. So I can't take much more.
Oh man.
But I think I made the comment on Twitter that the people that defending this game, the corporate slaves, these are the guys that would probably take a three-way between Phil Spencer and that man.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
Why you gotta bring Uncle Phil into this, man? Why you gotta do that?
I have a question.
Xbox fans, I do not condone that comment. Don't worry, I'm still rocking with y'all. It's all
Go
good.
ahead. All right, Mocha.
Do y'all think it would have caused such an uproar if it wasn't Cyberpunk and just a different game? Or do you think it would have been like it's bad regardless?
No, I no, because it was literally all the hype behind Cyberpunk. If this was another like major game, yeah, it would have done the same. It would have done the same thing. But another like, you know, game that's not as big of a deal and wasn't receiving all this praise for the developer and, you know, wasn't in development for like 8-9 years. No, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. They wanted to crown CDPR. Yep. Okay, well, there you go. The king is responsible for everything. High expectations.
It's just risky to put so much faith into something like that that's not finished. Like, I know people with like Cyberpunk, like chairs, keyboards, like everything in their setup is
painted
like
their house yellow and black.
Yo, right? Cyberpunk cornflakes for breakfast. They got everything.
That yellow background got me with PTSD, dog.
And it kind of reminded me of when people were getting Game of Thrones tattoos and the show hadn't finished yet. And I'm like, you know, like a lot of people got tattoos like with Daenerys, and then they made her go out in a fruitful way. So, you know, you gotta wait before you do stuff like that.
I'm not even gonna lie, Bond, I did get some PTSD because Tropicana on their Twitter, because you know Tropicana, you know, orange juice and all that, they posted some tweet with words in yellow, and I was like, oh shit, is this Cyberpunk related? This shit is wild, bro.
Here's what really happened. They delayed the game every time Baron would take an L, and then at some point they just gave up. It says, "This nigga ain't ever gonna win. Let's just release the game."
Oh,
you ain't ever gonna win.
Hell no.
You better stop that. You ain't gonna get unblocked.
But I guarantee you, CD Projekt Red, they gonna fix Cyberpunk before Baron ever owns up to that bet from 6 years ago. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
Bets plural.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one good thing about Smoove. I gotta give the homie Smoove credit. He pays off all of his debts.
Oh, Smoove is a man of his word. Everybody, yeah, of course.
You can put me on the tax return if you want, Smoove.
But I mean, Mocha, I've been saying that for a long time, and people been calling me, you know, haters. Not only with Cyberpunk, but like with other games where, like, I would ask people like, yo, why are y'all excited for this game? Y'all haven't seen anything, and people, oh, you're just hating. The game's gonna be fire, and I'm like, based on what? Based on the developer? That's it? Oh, okay. You know, I'm like, why do you put so much faith into humans? Humans make mistakes.
Yo,
I'm like,
you know what it is, BG? They hate you. They hate you because of Naughty Dog. That's why.
I'm like, I just don't get it. I'm like, they're humans.
You butt cakes.
and yes, I'd rather be the red shirt guy, the guy who's negative and a little bit more pessimistic when it comes to how games are going to be, because if it turns out good, I'm happy. There's no loss for me in thinking a game is going to be bad. If it turns out good, okay, the game's good. That means I could play it and I like it. If it turns out bad, my expectations were already low. I'm not like these dudes walk around optimistic everything is going to be the greatest game in the world. Y'all are the dudes who are the most disappointed all the time because y'all always think something's going to be great. The world don't work that way.
It's just sad. I mean, this whole situation is sad. I hate the dialogue of people saying, "Oh, I hate it. You guys are just dumping on this game." And it's like, yo, do you think any of us really wanted to? I mean, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for BG, but none of us wanted this game to come out like it did. None of us are happy that we're on here and our thoughts of this company are just basically in the shitter now. Nobody is happy about this. People are angry and they have the right to be upset. So I'm sorry if people aren't positive about this situation, which is what a lot of these weirdos got to understand.
Not to mention people ran out.
Everyone saw this coming, right? I know I did. I didn't think it would be this bad, but I knew it would be something.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be this bad either, but Jesus. But go ahead, Jimmy. You said something?
Yeah. Not to mention people ran out and brought $1,500, $800 graphics cards to play this game.
Yo, people bought.
Guilty.
Bro, let's also talk about this shit.
That.
Bro, let's talk about this shit for a second. There are people out there, and this is why I don't understand. There are people out there saying, what do you expect about this game? This game running bad on the older consoles. They made an Xbox One X Cyberpunk 2077 limited edition.
People bought that to play it. People bought that console.
Yeah,
and they got fucked over, and you victim shaming them. People crazy.
And I want people to know that no, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this game ending up like this. I know y'all think I am. I'm really not. I don't really.
You did, bro. When you were eating breakfast, you were just like, this is good.
I really don't I'm indifferent towards it, right? Because listen, it's really not a big deal to me because let me tell you what I think it is. Being that I'm not a fan of CDPR, I'm not a fan of The Witcher. I saw things very plainly for how it was, right? Because when you it's people that are people who are in love, right?
Yeah.
They don't see no flaws in that person they in love with. Everything is even it could be bluntly in your face because you in love, you obsessed. She I don't know. She stinks. She don't brush her teeth. She got whole tendencies. Whatever it is. People tend to look past it when they're in love, and people were in love with CDPR. I'm not, so I saw all the signs. I'm like, oh, they cutting content. This game is way too ambitious for them. They were showing vertical slices. I'm like, this is plain. Bro, the crazy thing about this is, I don't have no crystal ball. I don't have any better sight than anybody else. As much as I like to joke about me having less foresight. I don't have no special powers. I just saw plain CDPR were showing me who they were, and I saw them for it. Everybody else just chose to ignore it because they liked them. I don't. So I was able to see what was in plain sight. Everything about this game was in plain sight. I want people to know that. Plain sight. And I just chose to see it.
Okay,
especially with they put out so much vertical slices of this game. That was that had me real especially with that Night City stuff. I'm just no, something's not right. It felt like they were trying to show as much of the game and hide it at the same time. And I'm like, no, this isn't right. And here's the thing, right? Here's another thing. I looked up Rockstar had 1,000 developers working on Grand Theft Auto 5. 1,000, right? That was the number that I found. That's not their studio size. That's how many they have. A way bigger studio size and several studios in different locations working on GTA games. They had 1,000 working on GTA 5, right? CD Projekt Red's studio size is the same size as the amount of people that were working on Grand Theft Auto 5. Think about that. Like, think about that's how many people they had working on GTA 5. And I think CD Projekt Red only had like 500 people working on Cyberpunk. Rockstar had 1,000 working on GTA 5. And you could argue that Cyberpunk is a way more ambitious and larger game than GTA 5. And Rockstar has been doing this for decades. They are the experts at this. And you're working on a more ambitious game than them with half the developer size? How's that going to work?
That's why there's only one Rockstar.
How is that going to work when you, especially working on this game across like 5-6 different platforms? I don't see how that could possibly end up good. Like, y'all don't got the manpower. Y'all don't have the experience as Rockstar. How y'all gonna do something that Rockstar hasn't even done yet? I mean, you could argue that Red Dead Redemption 2 could maybe rival, how demanding technically Cyberpunk is. I guess you could say Red Dead Redemption 2 was, but still, you can't pull off a Red Dead Redemption 2. You're not there yet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, bro. The reason this shit backfired as bad as it did is because they didn't shut the fuck up. Point blank. Period. Look, they're technically an independent developer. If this game launched as fucked up as it is right now, they could have said, "Hey guys, we're sorry, we'll get it fixed." But you got to remember, we're independent. We're funded by our government. We're trying, right? And people said, "All right, CDPR, we got you. Made Witcher 3. We believe in you." But when you come out and say all this hot shit, you the biggest thing going, way more ambitious. We gonna promise you car customization. You can run up the walls in this motherfucker. We got third person cutscene, first person. And then you revert all the shit. Come on, man. You know what's going on with this, bro.
That's exactly what I was saying about how do you think it would have been as big as a fiasco if it wasn't Cyberpunk, because they talked themselves up so much and had people's expectations through the roof. Had it been like a flop and it was a humble flop, it wouldn't have been as bad. But they weren't humble at all throughout marketing.
No.
And they've been talking shit.
Yeah.
And Jack, how like we had this conversation before, how like I don't necessarily believe that like the director of the studio or just one person of the studio leaving is that big of a deal. I halfway take that back, because management and that person at the head of the studio knowing how much the studio can take on is very important. Like, because they did a lot of cutting content out the game, but you got to like be able to look at the studio and say, okay, this is our talent. This is how much we have. Can we actually get this done in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever amount of years, right? And that's why you have to give people like the head of Sony Santa Monica, Cory Barlog, and as much as people hate on Neil Druckmann and all this stuff, you know how much credit you got to give them, because they talk about all the time as like when you're going through the development process, nothing is together until like maybe the last 6 months. And you got to put that together. You got to know what can come, how much is too much and how much y'all can handle, which is not an easy thing to do. And they do that. And CD Projekt Red, because I think we really got to call out management, because a lot of stuff is their fault. They weren't able to do that. They weren't able to say, hey, we won't be able to get all this done across all these platforms because we're taking on too much.
And let's also look at it like this, BG. When after they released The Witcher 3, that's when they were aggressively hiring for Cyberpunk. So you're bringing on a lot of new talent to this place in Poland, right? Now, the thing about a lot of, and I'm not just saying this because it's PlayStation, but the reason why a lot of PlayStation games come out and they work and they're great and they're technical masterpieces and marvels is because those studios have cultivated a certain synergy. Right? Go watch the Raising Kratos documentary that's on YouTube. Cory Barlog talks about this. It all comes down to the studio synergy. And yes, development is not an easy process. And there's a lot of, like heads rolling, this, that, and the third. But if you don't have that studio synergy which happens a lot in the games industry. That's why a lot of games end up running broken, because you're supposed to be this great manager and then you can't control your staff and what they do. Synergy is what matters. And this management team, I don't know if they were equipped to actually lead a production of this scale and magnitude. So it's just a mess.
And games got to stop trying to be like the biggest and do the most. Like that they keep chasing that thing. Oh, we want to be the biggest ambitious game. Stop trying to be the biggest, most ambitious game.
Bro,
the biggest ambitious games,
Pokemon.
The biggest ambitious games that are usually never the best games. Y'all, I'm just saying.
But you got to realize, in gaming specifically, there is a big emphasis on content over quality. You know what I mean? People will say, well, that was a cool game, but it was only 4 hours. But I'm playing, dog shit 11, and it was 80 hours and all these time. It's like, bro.
Oh yeah, the world is gigantic, even though it's trash.
They get points for that. Yeah, they get points for that. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And people like, and even when it like, and I'm sorry, like we keep pointing back to Sony games, but they do it right. Even the open world games are still like zoned in. Like Horizon isn't gigantic. It's not. But it's an open world game, and they understood like, okay, this game doesn't need to be the biggest open world game ever made. Just to be the biggest open world game. Same thing with Days, even though I didn't like Days Gone. Same thing with the world. They honed in on what exactly they needed to do and didn't try to go above and beyond that with this, chasing the ghost of making the biggest game ever. Like, instead of doing that, just do everything. If you're gonna be a linear game or a semi-linear game, whatever you want to call it, just do everything in that the best. You don't got to make the best open world, but make every mechanic in your game, make it perfection. And that's what Naughty Dog does. They don't got the biggest open world, but you know what? Every mechanic in their game is amazing. They design it perfectly. Okay? Yep. Stop trying to chase this ghost, because it's only going to end up in y'all failure.
So we're essentially talking about the majority of Ubisoft's lineup then, because that's basically what they do.
Y'all keep bringing up Ubisoft so much.
That's what it is. That's basically what it is. Bro, nah, man. Even some of the Ubisoft games I've enjoyed recently.
Don't do this,
man. Nah, man. I remember when Ubisoft games used to be great. Not all the same thing, but different coats of paint, bro. Like,
what we doing?
Oh man,
I'm about to play Watch Dogs Legion. I hope it's good.
It's not, bro.
Don't.
Listen,
you can make a video.
It's not interesting.
Don't do it, BG.
So I played Watch Dogs Legion. I got it. Shout out to Phil Spencer. So I played a couple hours of the game. It's got some interesting mechanics, but again, it's still that Ubisoft game, and it's just like, so they try to be the jack of all trades, yet they end up being the master of none. They do a couple cool things, but it's like nothing about this world. I'm like, yes, this is great, because I would think like a change in setting would be, yes, this is what sets it apart. Nope, not at all, man.
It's funny you bring up Phil Spencer. He was kind enough to give you a free Xbox console.
Yeah, shout out to Phil. We about to have a virtual Sunday brunch next week. So
what's going on around here?
Wow.
There are other people that. Here we go.
I bet Smoove just broke another monitor. I don't know.
That weren't so fortunate.
Hey, I have nothing else to say about Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red. I hope not to talk about them. I really don't want to make no videos on them, though. I really don't. Like,
same.
It's not fun. It's not fun anymore. I'm not having fun anymore.
Isn't. You know how I am. I keep the foot on the throat, and even when you're choked out and dead, I still keep pressing down.
Oh, we remember that from the Tales of $12,000 PC series. You remember that shit, bro? It's like a new video every day for a whole 3 years.
I wonder what day we're on right now.
Jeez, please don't.
Or speaking of PCs, Mocha, did you ever find a 3-way mount?
Oh,
is Mocha here? She's muted.
She's on.
Okay.
Yeah,
my bad. But no, I was saying, I found a monitor mount, but not one that can hold all three. No.
might have to get 2 separate ones, unfortunately.
I'm going to have to because I don't have like a 27-inch monitor, and all the ones I see, they can hold 3 that are 27 inches and lower.
It's flexing.
So.
Unnecessary purchases.
It's not though. I use them.
Facts.
Well, listen. I have nothing else to say about.
And wait a minute, how many PS5s did you buy?
Oh shit! Get on his leg.
Get on his neck, Mocha. Get on his neck.
You bought like 8.
Ma'am, I am what you call a procurer of items. I run a podcast, so I had to make sure all the homies had one because how else are they going to talk about it?
Wait, stop. Let me verify. BG, were any of those PlayStations broken? I want to make sure because you got a history of selling broken PlayStations, bro. Let's just be real.
No. Listen. Bond is the only person in history to have to ever have like a broken version of every PlayStation. Like, how was that possible, bro?
He is right. My PlayStation 1 broke. My PlayStation
Who has a broken
2,
PlayStation 1?
My PlayStation 3 was broke up.
Yo,
my PlayStation 4 wasn't broke. It just got stolen. So,
you remember that video, that 10-minute video Bond made like 10 years ago of him on the PS3 trying to reply to a message and that shit would not load? Put a camera up to the TV. That shit was funny, bro.
The only PlayStation I ever had that broke was the 3. I never had a broken PlayStation 1 or
my
2.
PS2 broke, but my fat PS2 broke after a while.
Anybody want a fat PS3 60 gig?
Is that the backwards compatible one?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Why you getting rid of that, bro? That's the rarest one.
My friend wants to sell his.
Wait, how's the hard drive?
It works, and he's not a gamer. It's just been chilling at his place forever.
Oh, okay.
How much are you selling that for?
Whatever market value is. I don't know how much they're selling for. Like,
yeah,
I'll probably part ways with it for 150.
That's not bad.
Listen, we could get out of here if there's nothing else.
No, we got any super chats?
Yeah, there's a lot of super chats.
Let me read the super chats first before we go.
Before that though, they were talking about all the bald guys in good games like Kratos, Max Payne,
Agent
47.
They take some W's. They get some.
But you know what they aren't?
Oh God.
Bald and black.
Oh.
So there's a bald black guy in the new Gears Busters DLC, which I beat. It's 3 hours, but it's a good game.
It's solid. Yeah, it's very solid.
Yeah. I didn't play as him though. I was like, no, I'm not playing as that. I was like, no, sir.
You can't put that energy into universe. Next thing you know, your hairline's receding. You got to shave it all off, bro.
That 3090 would have just spontaneously combusted.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, BG
3-player co-op in that.
Only if you agree to do it on Inconceivable.
Is it crossplay too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So. I'll do it because I don't even know when I don't remember this difficulty being there in Gears 5, but I remember.
No, they just added it.
Okay, no, I gotta prep myself for that. I gotta go through the campaign again on
Insane was hard. Then they added Inconceivable. Yeah. I'm like, what is that like?
Oh, I ain't ready for that. I gotta brush up on Insane for Gears 5.
Smoove says he never even plays any Gears on Insane.
No, he plays on what, hardcore, right, Smoove?
Yeah, I typically do hardcore, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think the equivalent on Gears 5 is like is it what, Experience or what was it called? They changed the names. It's like
Experience. I think Experience is normal, and then
Experience is hard.
It is okay.
There's 2 before Experience, so it's there's Experience, then Insane, then Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bum and better bum and the best bum.
So,
but I don't think that it's a good gauge because it's like, all right, 1 bullet kills you. Like that doesn't mean you're good or bad. It's just kind of it's inconceivable. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I like it with the difficulties. If you get higher in the difficulties, then the AI scales accordingly. Like I like that more than just the fact that you don't recover your health as quick or
give less. Yeah. I don't like that either.
Yeah, I don't like it. It makes it because I mean, to an extent, you can still cheese your way if you know how to get around things. But if that enemy AI changes, that's different.
Okay. Super chats. Emmanuel A1, when Mocha gonna use her real voice? Stop seducing us.
What?
I literally talk the same way every
Oh
week
man.
on
Oh
stream,
Lord, have mercy.
everywhere.
We got some interesting people in the
Freaks.
comments.
Jared
BG said it for me. BG said it for
yeah,
me.
They freaks. They freaks. Jared Lopez says they should have delayed the game. Talking about Cyberpunk, definitely. Jared Lopez also said someone in here has to be a Gears 5 fan.
Oh, that was when Attic was slandering the game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I like Gears 5. I like Gears 5. It's cool.
Yes, I thought it was a really good game up to that stupid decision, like I said. Andre Garcia said, yo, what's up with y'all and bald people? Hey, man, we explained it.
There's just there's a correlation, not causation. There's a correlation between being bald and being just a fanboy.
S Blanks in 95 said, free Tony. Hey, thank you for the super chat, but Tony was unblocked like 2 weeks ago. So thanks for the super chat though. But listen, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Still blocked?
I don't think I personally don't have Blessed Red blocked on here. I think
is Blessed Red bald? That's a better question.
No, I don't believe he is.
No, he is not.
Oh God!
But at the rate where people hate him, he might lose his hair.
Oh my Lord!
But I ain't gonna lie. Every week, every day actually, Tony is like he purposely is working to get himself blocked. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Tony be trying.
You see, he got blocked by. You see, he got blocked by Iggy Azalea.
He did.
Yeah, like Tony,
Yeah.
how you getting blocked by like that's so random. That's not even something to like brag about. Oh, Iggy Azalea blocked me. Like what?
He got blocked by Black D Gamer. That nigga like anime titties. Like if a nigga like that'll block you, bro.
I slander that man
limit.
left and right, and he's never blocked me. So I don't know.
That's what
crazy.
he wants you to do. People have no relevance. They have no lives. They get on here and they troll because they want attention. You just need to block them and move on. When you feed into it, you're giving them what they want. Just block them. Pretend he doesn't exist.
Tony said that you like could be. He said that he didn't insult you, but when you blocked him, okay, he said it was like a kind of a compliment, like you could be the model for Jack's Jiggy merch. But I don't know, like Tony be no.
For that. If you're blocked, you deserved it. And I don't care to remember what the reason was. I just know that I did it for a reason, and you're staying like that.
Yeah.
Just know that you're blocked and I'm not, so you really fucked up.
Like I believe you because people like Tony, they'll be like, listen, all I said was, and they'll give you a clean version of the the fucked up shit what they said. They'll give you I'm like, you're not slick, dog. Like. Because people do the same thing to me, so I ain't even say nothing about BG. He I'm like, yeah, all right. I ain't just blocking people for nothing, dog. I know what's up. Lady Hulk X said, this Cyberpunk tee is funny. My copy is still in plastic right now. Glad I'm getting to catch y'all live. Appreciate it, man. Ma'am. Your name is Lady Hulk. I assume.
Uh-oh, BG about to get canceled, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to misgender nobody, but since you're Lady Hulk, ma'am, it's ma'am. Yugam Baheda. I guess Yugam Baheda said, what you guys think about Eminem's side B project for music to be murdered by, especially songs like Alfred's Theme, Zeus, and Discombobulated? I haven't listened to it. The only thing I heard was Zeus.
Man, fuck Eminem.
Me neither. I haven't enjoyed
Eminem
in a hot minute, bro.
I like it. I thought it was good.
If people enjoy it, they
is this the
enjoy
one
it.
he said about the what did he say? He getting head in the sand like an ostrich. Is this the one?
Oh, wow.
That's a
God.
Here's the thing, right? See, I would understand Jack slandering bars like that, but you listen to dudes. You listen to some dudes that are super sketchy, Jack, that are not good.
No, sir.
All right, who's your favorite rapper, Jack? Is it still Gucci Mane?
I don't. Well, yeah, probably.
Gucci ain't kind of hot.
Hey, first of all, Gucci's fire.
I like Gucci, but
No,
like,
I thought Mac's
favorite rapper
was Young. I thought his favorite rapper was Young Thug. What happened?
I fucks with Thugger too. I fucks with
get out of here, bro.
I fucks with Lil B.
Yeah, I'm about to say Little B. Yeah.
Uzi
Yes,
Vert.
sir. Yes, sir. Put respect on all of them.
Anyway, so excited said Black Xbox dudes always be the most brain damaged.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
you know,
man.
Do you know what the funniest thing ever would be? Mocha interacting with Mr. 100.
Oh shit!
That's weird.
Oh
This
my
man
God.
he just unlocked a memory. Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Mr. Kill Jr. said. Mr. Kill Jr. said it'll be wise for Naughty Dog to make a spin-off for the next Last of Us game, one that will push forward the science fiction elements of the story.
They could do that. Like, didn't
Like a
Uncharted
prequel. Yeah.
They made like a
As
little.
long as we don't gotta play with crackhead Abby, dog.
Hey, shout out to Abby.
This man said crackhead.
Blessed 011 says vote for Kid Smoove for CSA Awards 2020.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why.
Mega Z X456 says actually Bond, there was another game that caused a bigger disaster. Atari ET was the main catalyst that caused the gaming crash in the 70s.
Oh, he's right. He's right.
So we should start burying copies of CD Projekt of our Cyberpunk then.
In New Mexico. There we go.
Facts. Start burying them.
Bury him back to Smoove's yard.
Oh God.
Everybody pull up a shovel.
Ian Henry says much love to WWP since the J and D era, ND risk takers. Jack and Daxter era. He says since the Jack and Daxter era, ND are risk takers.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hovey186 says, BG, stop lying. We can hear you smiling, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, the game failing does not make me happy. I swear it doesn't. I swear.
You definitely smiling. We can hear it, bro.
BG, you definitely went from eating noodles to having filet mignon to celebrate. We understand this shit, bro. It's okay. Just be happy.
I wouldn't celebrate all the painstaking years of all those developers went through, man. I feel bad for them. Feel bad. It hurts.
I don't know. I see you smiling, bro. It's okay.
And you posted the Daria with the fire in her eyes.
Yeah, listen, I was watching something burn. Like I was watching it burn. It didn't mean I was happy. I was just watching it burn. You know what's crazy? When all that was happening in the day, I opened up that scene in The Dark Knight where Alfred was like, listen, some man just want to watch the world burn. I watched that scene. I was like, this is a powerful scene. This is powerful. This speaks to me.
There we go.
Viewmaster 617. BG is speaking facts. Some devs need to stick to their guns and stop trying to be the next GTA knockoff and stay in their lane. S Blankson 95 said, I said free Tony because he got blocked by Mocha. Oh, okay. He ain't getting off that
Gives
list.
a fuck.
Callum Hunter said, what's wrong with Eminem, Jack Move?
Oh, nothing if you like them.
Yo, that's that answer.
I mean, if you like them, I ain't trying to change your mind, yo.
There you go.
I like Eminem.
Hey, yo.
So,
I do got a problem with people saying Eminem the best rapper ever, though. A white
there we
person
go.
cannot be the best. I'm not racist, but I gotta step on. If you say Eminem is the best rapper ever, no, stop that.
He's top 5 lyricist ever though. That's not debatable. I'm not going to debate you on that, Jack. He's top 5.
You heard his new bar where he said
Jack,
Chris Christopherson. Have you heard that bar, BG?
Listen,
what was that bar? What was that bar? What was that bar?
The new bar. He said you've heard of Chris Christopherson. Well, I'm pissed offerson. That shit was heat.
Okay, and Drake. Oh no, hold on. And Drake said, what did Drake say? Drake said, I got so many chains on me, they call me Chaining Tatum. We gonna let
You know what Drake said. This ain't about Drake.
No, but I'm saying we're not gonna we don't let certain bars define a whole rapper's legacy. That's my point. Like every rapper has trash bars.
You know what Drake should have said? He should have said, "I'm gold chaining."
So
all I'm saying is all rappers have bad bars, but I'm saying like, okay, like his bad albums. All I'm saying is his bad albums don't take away from the lyricism in his good albums. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be real. Eminem is one of those artists. There's a few artists like this. He should have stayed on drugs. I'm sorry. I got
shit.
Nigga, go pop some pills, suck a Vicodin, whatever the fuck you got to do.
I wouldn't
like,
disagree with you.
Some people just make better music when they on drugs, yo.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
This nigga sober is trash.
I wouldn't disagree. Or Pain. I mean, listen, you could say Eminem is the male version of Adele. They said she makes the best music when she's sad.
True.
Nigga, somebody go run over Eminem dog now. I need
Mary J. They say Mary J. Blige makes amazing albums when she's going through trauma. Like amazing. That's what they say. So some people need pain. It's what it is.
Does Taylor Swift even make music until she gets broken up with?
Oh man.
Some people need pain and trauma.
Man. We're not gonna do that.
Or until she breaks up with somebody else, one or the other.
Oh man.
I like Taylor Swift and she's talented. And all this is not about heartbreak and breakups.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I'm just saying it just seems like all of her major.
Oh man.
I like her. Shout out to Taylor.
Well, shout out to the dude who became a member of the channel earlier. Appreciate that subscription.
Speaking of that, can we run our likes? How are we only at 800? How are we only at 304? We had over 1,000 viewers.
That sounds about right.
The rest of y'all who are in here, can y'all hit that like button? Yeah.
Nah, BG, you know how it is for some of these people in the comment section.
Yeah. I don't even try no more. Nah, I don't go.
Yeah, I feel BG. I know it. No, it's okay. It's okay.
We need some like intermission music so we can pause this shit.
Bro, we got to get on our KS flow, Bond. That's what we got to do. Get on our KS flow.
They just said hit my music.
I was like, oh no. We shut this down so y'all get them like some.
Oh my god.
I don't know what y'all think this is.
Damn, who burping?
That was me. The show's about to be over. It's okay.
Yeah, you good.
Got ladies in here. You uncouth swine.
Dude, Bond though.
Do these outros and get out of here. Neo, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, BG, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. You know, I've legit been watching Weapon Wheel for over 5 years now. That's freaking crazy. I love you guys. I love what you do. It's always a quality source of entertainment. And if y'all looking where to find me, I mean, most of y'all in the comment sections, I guess, know, but my YouTube channel is Neo GameSpark. It's the same thing on Twitter as well. That's where I like to congregate. And yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your nights. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.
Happy birthday.
All right, Kid Smoove,
yes,
you finished? You still ducking your wife, or are you there?
Oh,
he finally decided to spend time with her. Okay, you can go ahead, Mocha.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that was inappropriate and unnecessary. But anyway.
What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this dude?
But yeah, good nights to everybody. That's really it. I don't think no one what to say, but it was a good show.
Mocha, do you like lock your kids in another room while you do the podcast?
I do not. They're good babies.
That don't seem right, because like I don't know. I've been doing this podcast. Listen. I've been doing this podcast a lot of years with Smoove, and his kids ain't never been quiet. So I don't understand how this works.
Yo, some of those episodes were funny. I remember one time, like, Kid Smoove, his kids attacked him, and everyone was like, "Yo, what the fuck happened?"
They got that smell. That's what happened.
So you mean there's this huge disparity between your kids and Kid Smoove's kids? Is this big of a disparity?
I mean, I just have good kids. Like I feed them right before I do it, and then once they my Yeti.
Well, do Mocha's kids play on Xbox though? Let's ask the real questions.
My kids, they mostly play like Roblox on their iPad.
Oh, okay. So they ain't on Xbox. Okay, that makes
They
sense.
have
All right,
their
so they good.
iPads and stuff. But
They good.
yeah,
They
like,
good kids. Yeah.
when they see me plugging up my Yeti, they're like, "Oh, are you going to stream or do a podcast?"
Oh,
So
good
they
kids.
always know, and then they
So
just kind of go, "Yeah," and they're
So-
quiet
Yeah,
the whole time. They're good.
are you
girls.
available to train Kid Smoove's kids or
Train?
Counseling sessions.
BG is
Listen,
finished
come
on
on.
this Smoove right
Come
now.
Come on, man. Like,
on.
are we gonna do this thing where
I'm gonna tell
parents?
Smoove you talking crazy.
Uh-oh.
Listen,
Yeah.
Smooth got
He just done getting another woman train his kids.
That's
Train
wild. That's
That's
wild.
wild.
BG, you said some wild things, BG, but that, bro.
This shit is
People are-
crazy.
people don't train their kids. Is that a bad word to use? Train?
Okay. All right, BG, this is how it sounds. Imagine this. Mocha, I know a girl that can come over and train your kids if you wanted to.
I don't like the train word. I don't say that about kids.
But
Listen,
I'm saying, if I
I'm gonna
said
train
that,
my
Mocha
kids.
would be like, F off.
I don't like saying train kids.
I like the
Damn.
word train. I
He
like
said
it.
train.
No.
Hey,
I like it.
hey.
But you don't seem like the type to beat your kids either. See, some people
There's
like
no-
that word beat.
Because you don't. It's not necessary. Like
It
Ooh.
depends.
Stop this. Stop this.
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'll give you a perfect
punishments.
example.
I know for me growing up, punishments worked for me more than whoopings. Like I used to like weigh like the pros and cons of the situation. Like when I was gonna do something I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing. If I knew I would just get a whooping, it was worth it to me because okay, I'm gonna get a whooping and go about my day, do what I was doing beforehand. But when I'm on punishment, my whole life is over. Like I can't do anything. All my stuff is taken. I feel like that was more effective for me.
You ain't get
So-
your ass whooped hard enough then.
Ass whoopings didn't really work for me.
They work for me. But here's the thing when I'm about to be ass whoopings. When I say it depends. Do y'all remember that story where those 3 black kids were doing home invasions in the neighborhood? And then when the mom called them, she whooped all their asses. And then the cops got involved. And she was like, look, they better be happy I whooped their asses so they know not to do that. Because what's the alternative? Them doing a home invasion and someone shooting their asses. So in that case, yes, you gotta lay the smackdown on your kids' asses.
In that case, yeah. I mean, my mom, she used to beat me with a belt up until 5 years old. Then she got slick with that shit. So it started out like what she used to do. So if I was ever acting up, she would take away my game consoles, but leave me all the wires. So I come back and I was like, oh shit, bro. So she got clever with that shit. And then she also, this is kind of cruel, but she made me, all right. So anyone who I guess is any type of athlete, but y'all know Bon, you know how when you gotta like stand up against the wall and you have to squat against the wall and you gotta hold that position?
Yep.
My mom made me do that when I was like 5 years old. And she said, you're gonna stay here for 5 minutes and see how you like that.
See, my parents couldn't take any of my games because I started working at age 10. And I was like, you can't take my shit because it's my shit. You didn't.
Damn, Bon.
Please. Bon,
Bon,
I
nigga.
got you. Come on, Bon.
Bon, nah, he was mowing lawns. He was doing his
Bon, you
deliveries,
be
delivering
coming
milk.
with some outlandish. Come
No,
on,
but so
Bon.
you know what my mom did? My mom said, okay, you're right. I can't take your stuff, but you know what I can do? You ain't using my electricity. My mom would hit the fucking breaker on my room.
Oh
But you-
shit.
You're right. I can't take your stuff. You paid for it, but you gonna sit in the dark. You ain't gonna have this electricity. My mom like sit your ass in that dark.
All right, real quick. Let's end this. Jack, do your outro, and then Jimmy.
This man's a super villain.
Appreciate y'all for watching. Usually I give you some links to support me, watch the channel. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Christmas coming up. Just send me money, dog. Fuck watching my YouTube page. $ Jack Move Johnny on Cash App. PayPal.me/Jack Move Johnny. If you want something with your donation, go get some Jiggy merch. Just send me money, man. I don't give a fuck about
That
y'all
Jiggy
watching
merch
my
kind of
channel,
taking
man.
off. That Jiggy
Yeah.
merch kinda...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see it? You see
Yo,
it, man.
you still got the hoodies up there, Jack? You still got the hoodies up there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sales increased like 200% due to Mocha.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, Mocha sent me some beautiful pictures, man. I love them. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Mocha. Thank you.
No
Definitely appreciate
problem.
that.
Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's J Mega Games. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. And real quick, for 2021, you will see me promote my OnlyFans, so hit the DM for that. And
What?
and everybody, Everybody have fun and enjoy the rest of your night. And do remember, hit the DM if you want that link. I got you.
J Mega also on Instagram.
Oh no. Oh man. I don't know if the world's ready
Bond,
for
your
that.
outro.
I might donate for that. I ain't gonna lie.
I have a lot of fun with Xbox controllers, by the way.
Oh shit.
Oh, never mind.
You're trying to get jiggy with that one, bro. Oh no.
Real quick, we need to time out Weapon Wheel memes. That was some blasphemous shit he posted about all of us looking bald. I like my heart skipped a beat when I saw that. Outside of that, Jalen Hurts, he played well, even though we took an L. I agree with that, but
said Jimmy be twerking, I'm dead.
Jimmy be twerking. Birthday coming up.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday. Unfortunately, I have nothing to collect up from Smoove, so.
Oh. Bond,
like
what you doing for your birthday, Bond?
I'm probably actually gonna go to the beach.
Wow.
What?
To relax.
In December?
In the snow?
In my fortress of solitude. But I'm bring some company.
Yes,
which white girl? Which white girl you bringing, Bond? Which white girl you bringing, Bond? Which white girl, Bond?
That's to be determined. But we'll see. Anyway, it was a good podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate the panel. Everybody but Blandrew, because he thinks he's Shokio. He just don't show up. And we'll see next week.
Yeah.
Wait, are we having a podcast next week?
27th? Just to talk about the games we beat. That's it. And we out.
Hold on, we doing a podcast? What the fuck?
just talk about, we ain't talking about the games we beat. We just gonna list the games we beat.
We can do that on
This nigga Jack McClain, he's got somewhere to be.
All right.
Hey man, listen.
Listen, man.
You hear this guy? You ain't got nowhere to be. Listen, it's gonna be 40 minutes max, and we out. That's it.
It's a 27th anyway. It's not Christmas or anything.
We go into After Dark. We gonna try to convince Mocha to beat her kids. All right, we out.
What?